Good morning, good people. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, my goodness. If you are tuned in right now, you are tuned into your favorite Sunday morning show. It is the Get Right. Pew, 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 pew. Air horn. And happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there.
Yes.
I'm Kelvin Unique.
And it is the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devante.
And today we have one or two of my close friends, and I'm so excited they're here today. We have songwriter, singer, screenwriter, director, does all the stuff. Mr. Jay Penn is in the building. Y'all give it up for Jay Penn.
What up? It's sounding real EGOT.
Real EGOT.
Right? That's the motive. Yeah. That's where we're going with this.
I like it.
And then over here we have actor, writer, director, personality, host, all the things. He does it all. Mr. LaVelle Dunn is in the building.
I'm so excited.
I know that's right.
Yes. So we are here. We're going to have a good time on today. I'm excited. It's going to be a good show today. LaVelle, you got to come up to the mic, baby.
Okay.
Oh, he got locked outside?
He did.
Let him back in. LaVelle's husband is outside.
I always hate to see it.
He got locked out. It's okay. It happens sometimes. It's okay. Everybody in the world know you got locked out. So.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. But yes. So, how are y'all?
In the words of Lauryn Hill, everything is everything. Honestly, I'm losing track of the days, aside from my work days. It is what it is at this point. I just really need a mimosa, but not in the confines of my house.
Yeah, I really feel like I miss interaction with people that I don't want to see.
Right.
When you go out and you always see the same group of people and you be like, damn, let me go over here.
Right.
I want to hug them and embrace them now. I was like, how you been?
When I tell y'all, me and Greg was just talking about this because y'all know I live for a good trunks. If y'all don't know what trunks is, it's a moment that you have to know about.
Yeah.
I can't wait to bust in that thing and be
okay. And cut the fuck up.
And cut the fuck up. I'm so happy I can curse. I'm glad you did.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, ooh, this potty mouth. So yes, I'm all the same thing. I am complete agreement. Like I lost complete track of time to wait. I didn't know today was Mother's Day. Like I had this and then I had something else that was going to come out today. And I was like, oh, you can't compete with Mother's Day marketing. I went down my timeline. It was mothers. So I'm cash apping last minute.
Right.
Right.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Granny.
I've been so ready to go out that I actually crave to smell my own cologne.
Right.
Yeah. That was exciting to put on today.
Like,
yeah.
I had to go in my closet and just spray it just for the fuck of it. I'm like, oh, this is what I smell like when I go out and I'm trying to, like, be popping.
Yeah. Just familiarize yourself with the scent.
Yeah.
Put your oils on. Your good oils. No, I get it, Eric. I definitely get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's ghetto. I'm ready for all of this to be over. And because there's no definitive end date, I feel like I'm just wandering in the dark.
Yeah, I think we're all just wandering in the dark. But it's okay because outside opened a little bit Friday. I tried to go to Runyon.
Baby steps.
And that was a fail. Runyon
Okay.
was closed. It was a lie. It was all a lie. Do we have that?
So, wait, what's actually open?
Oh, yeah, we do.
So we're in phase 2. We're in phase 2 of the process. It's supposed to be like 6 stages. I could be wrong.
Shit, is it?
But yeah,
I tried to go, and it was all a lie.
it was all a lie. But he said that Runyon, I think, wasn't going to open. He already said that. Like the governor announces it on his Instagram. Honestly,
Look.
that's how I keep up with what phase we're in.
Look, we were all over there
go follow
looking
him.
like, what the
Right.
hell is going on? Because we were at the gates. All the nice straight hair people was there.
I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You know the straight hair
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't take it.
Right.
But
Fair
how
enough.
was your week, Eric?
It's real uneventful at this point, so I feel like I just be making things up for the sake of the show. What's been going? Well, did I tell you I'm fasting?
No, fasting from y'all been fasting from dick.
Well,
so I don't know what else you're fasting
let's
from.
not be malicious. That's something else. I haven't been able to drink alcohol or eat fast food for the month of May.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to get some type of clarity,
right.
and I'm really, trying to bring in my next blessing. So hopefully that's like my divinely purposed job where I'm not like doing pedestrian shit. So
You came up with this
Pedestrian
fast just
bird.
yourself. You're like, all right, is this your way of manifesting what's next? You feel like?
absolutely.
Oh,
My
my
mom told
goodness.
me when you want to like make something happen, you have to show God that you're serious.
Wow.
So I love soda, so I'm cutting that out.
Okay.
And then as far as alcohol goes, I I shouldn't be drinking by myself so much.
I wanted to say pop so bad when you said soda.
Oh my God.
It is a pop.
Oh my God.
It is
All
a
of
pop.
y'all.
It's pop. It is
Soda.
fucking pop.
That's
It's
All
always
of
gonna
y'all
be
out
pop.
there saying pop. Jesus.
We just
Right.
got into it on Instagram about this the other day.
I'm outnumbered.
Yeah, that's how they do it at the podcast. man.
Come on, Pop. Where you from?
It is a pop.
Chicago.
Me too.
Oh,
I'm outnumbered,
Southside?
and I hate this.
Oh, and Southside. All right.
Y'all went to the same high school. Y'all didn't know.
Fuck out of here.
No, you tried it.
Why?
I'm talking about that you tried it. Huh?
I
What school did you go
I went to John Hope, Inglewood. That was a real Chicago.
My family's there.
Yeah.
I'm real
See, I'm from the West Side. I went to
What
Marshall.
about you? What high school you go to?
You are not from Chicago.
I went to Marshall. I went to Marshall.
Please stop.
You did not go to no. Okay.
I did go to
Please
Marshall.
stop. And the fact that you claim in West Side, 'cause
Yeah,
you're
I'm
not
a-
from
I'm a West Side.
So I can say this.
I
It's
live.
disgusting.
I know. I lived in the Wild
Disgusting.
Hundreds.
It's
I lived in the Wild Hundreds. I lived on
Wow,
101.
not the Wild
I lived
Hundreds.
I live on
No, you didn't.
102
No, you didn't.
in Martin.
102 and
The
1.
girls be lying.
What do you know
102
about
and
the
King.
Wild Hundreds? How dare you even say that out your mouth? That's real Chicago
I
slang.
know it's real
right
Chicago
there.
slang,
I
'cause
had
where
a
am I
hoe that
from?
actually lived there.
Where am I from?
Enough.
Okay.
Enough.
My ex-boyfriend is from
I
Chicago,
knew it.
West Side.
So
We all
I
knew
knew
this.
it.
So,
We all knew it.
I was riding shotgun, being a gangster, you know.
Oh my
Pew, pew,
God.
pew, pew, pew.
Please, please.
Oh, it's a bullet. Oh. Don't be scared, babe. That's just normal. That's how they say what's up. Oh,
Don't do
hello.
that.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Y'all know
Happy
how
to be
Greg's
here.
scared to go to Chicago.
Jesus
Greg, be
Christ.
scared.
You fraud.
Just don't go to the West Side.
I always wanted to go to Chicago. I feel like it would be real black.
It is.
And I like that sense of danger. You know, I don't necessarily want to be
Let's
roughed
be
up,
clear.
but
There's not danger around.
Please
every
take
fucking
it away.
corner.
Okay.
I know.
I get so sick of hearing that shit because it's like
Dramatics.
any other city. Like you have bad parts,
Mm-hmm.
you have upper echelon ass parts.
Yes.
So,
well, I don't want to be in
It's
the
like
upper
here.
echelon areas. It's not fun.
so you going after the danger?
Well, it's not the danger. It's the energy of the niggas that like danger. You know, I like a real hood boy. Call me Fantasia.
Okay.
And, you know, I feel like I need to be in the area that I need to. After this, I'm relocating to Oakland.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to turn into Keisha Cole. I was going to get like a little red strip,
That's
too.
that's the goal.
Get a
Keisha
gal.
Cole.
Very excited about it.
The sound effects are taking me out.
Wow.
Out.
But no, there's nothing. There hasn't been much of anything going on. You know, I've just still been trying to coerce this older man. So I've been on like this dick retreat, lack thereof, because I fuck with older
A
men.
dick retreat or dick withdrawal? Like you said,
Okay.
like thereof.
I was trying to
a
clean
retreat.
it.
Give
I
me
was-
that you're just getting dick.
Well,
Yeah, then she went to the cabin and said,
Doo-doo,
come
boom,
on,
boom, bam, bam. And
come
you know they
on,
do
one
do
and
that.
all.
in
You
my
know they
mind, I'm
do do
retreating
that.
from the dick. I'm
Okay.
because I fuck with older men. So
Got
you
it.
know the
How much
demographic:
older?
What's older? All right.
All right.
40s, 50s,
Oh,
daddy
Daddies.
issues.
Oh.
I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, you
like
want a real father.
Real
Yeah.
daddy issues.
You still a spring chicken?
I like
That's-
stability.
40, 50s. I'm not bringing nobody 40, 50 to meet my mama.
Oh well, they don't. That was never a part of it.
Is that
But-
going to be a part of it?
No.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. So this is like fun fling.
Oh,
ting, ting.
absolutely. The man of my life will probably be in my age bracket, but for now,
Okay.
I
now
need
we like them older.
Yeah, I feel like they have better
Financially
conversations.
stable.
I don't know about that. They don't be
Right.
funding
We
me.
live in LA.
Yeah, I'm still self-sufficient.
Oh,
Yeah.
period. A mood.
But because they're the demographic that's like at risk for this whole COVID thing, some of them don't want to
know
fuck
what?
with me because they found out that I'm still working.
Are you talking to people
They are
that's at
susceptible.
risk for?
They are
more-
susceptible.
Whoa.
They are 50 and older. They are susceptible.
Whoa.
So you can't go outside and come back in.
Right.
Get the hell out.
I understand.
I asked for dick the other day. One of them screamed danger like mystical. And I was like, look, I can't be like this for another few months. It's like, we need to figure out something else that's going on.
I can't take it.
It's been really hard. I'm actually triggered talking about it. That's been my week.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's your
I'm
week in a
sorry.
nutshell. That's your week in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
Or no nut.
I don't even,
Right.
right.
No, nothing.
You get it. You see what's
Po
going
baby.
on.
Po baby.
Or no nut.
Oh,
I'm
child.
dead. I'm dead.
Shit.
Oh, that's crazy. I have a story to tell.
Okay.
Kelvin's like, wow, that was great. All right, on to me. Ask me how my week was.
First
Kelvin, how was
off-
your week?
First off, I got my tattoo fixed. Hooray! Because I
The
had.
bee?
Wow.
Wow, it's multiple ones that need to be fixed.
Wow.
Well, me and Chris established
Triggered.
because he was saying that he's a part of the beehive because he has this bee, but it doesn't fully look like a bee.
Oh.
It looks exactly like a bee.
Can I see it?
giving
I've
me
never
pink
seen the
ones.
beehive
You've seen
bee.
this bee.
Look at the
That
bee and
mean
tell
it
me it
doesn't
looks
look
like a
like a
bee.
bee.
It's right here. It's small, but it's a bee.
Bitch, it's a
It's a
silhouette.
what?
A silhouette.
It's a bee. And you guys are haters.
Oh,
no,
put
I had.
yourself an
I
own sound
had.
effect for that try. You tried
know what?
it with the bee.
I'm giving myself a
Right.
clap.
Want to rumble with the bee, huh?
You give yourself an applause. That was the
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Wouldn't have been my pick.
So no, but I had this. I had a tattoo on my neck that it looked like a hickey.
Oh, okay.
So I went and got it fixed, and I'm really excited about that.
Let's see it.
It's because I feel like you're gonna judge it. Remind you guys, tattoos go through phases. You know,
disclaimer,
the first one, just pull it out. Don't give a disclaimer, just pull it out. Let me see for myself. Let me inspect it, okay?
Let me see this dingy ass tag.
Let me
Come
see.
on, let's go.
Okay. I need to see what it looks like. Don't try to describe it to me. Send a pic. Anyways, lost train of thought. Okay, so so you know, like when you first get it done, it's all fresh and nice and new. Then it gets the scab, and then like the scab comes off. Now it's like the underlay and don't look like it's supposed to look. So it's on the place it don't like it's supposed to look. But it's right here. It's real cute for the summer when I wear my little beaters or whatever. It's gonna be right there.
It's like a little feather. Is that the feather?
It's
one
it's a
we're seeing?
leaf. It's a leaf. It's
Oh,
like a leaf. It's like a
wow.
little leaf thing.
You should put one on the other side.
That's what I was thinking too. But I didn't know if I would like this one.
Oh, okay.
So I said,
do you like it? I like
do.
it.
I need to commit. So now I'll probably go over there.
It needs a little gold
I
bond.
want the people to see it. I like it.
Yeah. So that's what that's what it is.
A little like shading to make it like really hit.
Boom, boom.
But I like where they're going with this.
So
Wow.
what was
I
it
do.
originally?
Originally, it was my mother's handwriting, but the guy fucked it up.
Oh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got that fixed. And then let me tell you something. I was
Where'd
talking
you
to
get your tattoo fixed during a whole pandemic?
Calabasas.
Period.
Oh. You gotta do what you
I'm a
gotta do.
Kardashian. Because I'm a
The
Kardashian.
Calabasas.
Out in Calabasas. He had his private shop. It was really clean. I seen him wash everything. I watched.
Gorgeous. Okay.
He had on gloves.
Well, that's why it came out so nice.
He had on gloves.
He had on gloves. I'll be going back to him. No. So this week, I was on the phone with my brother, right? We were FaceTiming, and I was talking to my sister, his wife. And because they just had a child. She's 7 months. Shout out to Ayla.
Yes.
And she was like, "Yeah, I want to know about your family lineage because I don't know a lot about your dad's side of the family. Granted, I don't know neither. Like, I don't know anything about my dad's side of the family besides like my grandma, my dad, and my uncles, and then the ghetto ass cousins I don't really fuck with because I thought that was the ghetto side of the family." So she tells me like, she's like, "Yeah, I talked to your grandma. Your grandfather's name is Ernest." I said, "Oh, well, that's a respectable name." I never knew his name. His name was Ernest. He died at 39 of a heart attack.
Wow.
Red flag. Whoa. Slow down on the salt, Kelvin. Right. Whoa. So I was like, "All right, that's crazy. She's like, "Yeah." And then I found out. Then she was like, "Byers is actually your grandfather's last name, and Turnage is your grandmother's maiden name." I did not know that. Turns out that the Byers family owns 2 farms in Alabama, and they're fucking loaded.
Wow.
But they don't talk to my grandma because my grandfather passed so young that she never really went there. So all I know is the dirt eating people down in Memphis.
Dirt eating.
Oh, they eat red dirt. Oh, if you're in Memphis, you know you eat the red clay.
Oh my
You eat the red
God.
clay in Memphis.
I hate
How
to
does
see
one
it.
eat red clay?
You're from the South. You've eaten red clay. Exactly.
Whoa.
I've eaten dirt.
Okay.
Things I did.
I've
not
eaten dirt.
claiming that.
I've
never
eaten red clay.
Eaten dirt. I've never
You eat
smelled
dirt.
I'm not eating
Yeah,
it.
my family's from North Carolina, dirt roads, and they would
Yeah,
never.
No, you got to go like south, like Alabama, Mississippi, Memphis, Louisiana. They eat red clay. It's
Wow, my
they're
Memphis
eating people.
experience
Like, is
was
it a side
completely
dish?
different.
No. It's not like a side dish. You don't cook it. You just like, oh,
I'm fucking with you.
It's just
it
like,
cleans the system.
I've just
you
never
know?
heard of any.
But they have 2 farms. And I found out that every year they have a big ass family reunion, and they have a carnival and a festival on one of the farms. I am now going to go
You should.
because I want my money.
I was
You
gonna
should.
say, yeah, I just want to be connected to the wealth.
I really
That's
feel
really
like
connect me to
I
the
feel
wealth.
like when my grandfather passed, he left something, and they just don't know who to give it to. So since they don't know who to give it to, I need to go and claim what's rightfully mine.
okay.
I agree. You're a little late to the party, but hey.
I'm a little late to the party, but
little.
I'd rather be late than not there at all.
Yeah.
Because you know Taraji Byers from Empire.
I'm sorry?
Taraji.
Yes.
Byers?
Yes.
Here we go.
Andre.
I'm
That's
talking
not
about
his
here we
name.
What's his
go.
name?
It's not Taraji.
It's Taraj.
Not.
No.
It's something close.
No.
Anyways, him and Grace are my cousins. And
Okay.
I really feel like I need to go and talk to them.
Uh-huh.
first Calabasas, now this.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so I found out that
Are you gonna like work your way into an invite, or are you just gonna bombard the whole?
Oh no,
situation?
I'm just showing up because I'm a really rich bitch.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
depositing
hey.
Trump checks now.
Right.
Okay,
Friend, if you need
I'm
some
on my
support,
Nene
I'm
Leaks.
here for you.
Sign me up for the Real Housewives of Alabama. That's where I'm about to be now.
That sounds
because
ghetto.
It's about to be so good.
Will you eat dirt for it?
I will eat the red clay.
Okay.
Oh, and I will eat it like it's escargot.
You are really.
As long as they
showing
don't try to
your
make
true
me
colours
like
today.
no chitlins, because I'm a vegetarian, so I can't do
So
that.
you eat
I
dirt,
ain't doing
not
that for
chitlins.
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
mean, if you put hot sauce on it, it's bearable.
on the dirt or the chitlins.
The chitlins. I don't eat dirt.
On the dirt or on the chitlins?
I'll put the hot sauce on the dirt.
Okay.
Wow.
They're pretty equal, honestly. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
put
they are
those
pretty
two
equal. The
pretty
same
damn
thing.
equal.
Yeah, they stink.
It's pretty disgusting.
But you need to try some red clay.
No,
No.
Try some red clay.
no.
My dental plan.
Try some red clay. I'm telling you, it's not as bad as you think.
Okay. Well, I'll take your word. Cause
Yeah.
I can't.
Besides your ancestry DNA, what else happened? Well, you had an eventful week.
I did. I think that's it though.
Okay,
I think
That's enough.
That's
Between
enough,
the red clay
yeah.
and the loaded family. I mean,
right. I
I'm
know.
worn out
I
for
think
you.
that's it.
I was worn out with the whole tattoo parlor during the pandemic, but
It was really clean.
I
He
love
just
that it
moved
really
out there.
developed.
He moved out there.
Yeah. I mean, I love that you're rich.
I do too, and I for one,
I do not that I do too.
I can't wait to come back and be like, "Oh, you poor people."
Oh wow.
Wow, true colors really showing.
Yeah,
So you have show dues for the next 3 months?
I got it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I got it. Excuse me, my grandfather has it.
Right.
Foofy foofy tartar. How was y'all week?
Kind of like what Eric said, the days are just colliding at this point, and then I'll try to have like really, really productive moments, and then I'll find myself being completely unmotivated the next moment. So I'm trying to find a balance somewhere in between that, not overthinking. It's a lot. I'm kind of sick of me at this point. Like, I don't want to have any more conversations with myself.
Right.
I am tired
I
of
agree.
staring in the mirror like, bitch, what next? It's a lot of time with self, and I'm kind of over it.
Relatable content.
You found out you're boring.
I'm not actually. Like, me and me have good keys, like deep belly chuckle type shit.
Oh,
And I don't have to feel embarrassed about it.
I laugh at myself all the time.
I get me. And so it's been fun, but I'm just a little over it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You live alone too,
I do.
so that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that makes it like hard.
That's fair.
What?
Not you. Not you. Keep talking.
Oh, cause that makes it hard. Because like I feel like I know I have hearty laughs with myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then Brown looks at me crazy, and Chris is like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
But I think I will have even more heartier laughs if I was by myself. Like I literally will laugh myself to tears.
Now see, now you're getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
I am
absolutely.
crazy.
It's
I will
bordering
literally
insanity.
laugh myself to tears, and they're like, "What is your problem?" I
ain't
said
never
a joke
laughed at
in my
me
mind.
That damn hard.
It's a joke in my mind.
I laugh at stuff that I do, but no.
Yeah.
Y'all don't be sitting there and you be like, and you be watching something, and then you make it funny, and then you be like, that shit's funny. If I would have said it out loud, that would have been hilarious. And you just
Not
crack the
funny.
fuck up.
Well, yes.
What'd you say? Do I think stuff and then laugh at it? Like,
Yeah, like
oh,
that
yeah,
is funny.
I'm full on crazy. Like, yeah, no, I've already gotten to that point.
Yeah, I cry myself like laughing. I laugh myself to tears.
You laugh yourself to tears.
Oh, all by myself.
okay.
That's concerning.
I love it. You better
Don't
laugh
go
yourself
telling
to
this to
tears.
too many other people.
Well,
Yeah.
it's too late now.
With this
It's out there.
with these newfound riches that you have, seek psychiatric help.
Because Kelvin's rich. Very rich.
I'm very rich. I'm about to get a new
Okay.
shirt.
See,
I'm a
that's-
buyers. I'm very
Come on.
rich.
Mm-mm.
That's why we got the last name Buyers, because we buy things.
And this is why you don't eat red clay, ladies and gentlemen. you end up laughing at yourself uncontrollably like Kelvin. Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
You're a hater. Is that the?
Oh no, that's my life. That's my life.
LaVelle, how was
You
your
know,
week?
I think I'm on live right now, and I think
Okay.
this is a good indicator of how my week has been. Hi, live. I'm here on the Get Right with Everybody.
That's right.
But
Pew pew pew.
each week, I agree with all of you guys. Each week, my life seems like a completely different storyline. Like I'm learning a new lesson every week. So this week, I was learning that your talents are profitable if you align yourself with the prophet. Okay, and let's say that one more time.
a word.
Your talents are profitable if you align yourself with the prophet. And so I was fortunate fortunate enough to get a call from actually my alma mater, my university, Barry University. They was like, hey, I did a panel for them because I used to work in their admissions. They were like, hey, you did such a good job on the panel. We'd really like for you to host basically like their commencement celebration, their degree conferment celebration on Instagram Live. And so I'm thinking like, oh, okay, they want me. And then we started talking numbers and I was like, okay, you really want me to host on your Instagram Live. But guys, I've never been live on Instagram. This is my first time going live on here. I'm not an Instagram Live person. Okay. But to me, I'm a jack of all trades. I can learn any talent. That's what I'm going to get. So I had family in town. My cousin Jonathan was here from Chicago. My cousin Tarika was here from Chicago. Hey to them. We had such a good time. And then we kind of went into, I guess, me still being creative and me still preparing for that. So I had the show on Saturday. That went really well. It was a learning experience, I will say that, but we grow from learning experiences. There was a lot that needed to be done. I had to bring in guests every 5 minutes. I had to show photos of graduates. I had to say congratulations messages. I had to keep it flowing through the technical difficulties. But I definitely felt like I learned from it, and it was an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. So I can say that was a huge part of my week, especially because I aligned my talents enough to now find some profit out of it. That was a great thing. And then what else did I do this week? I think that was a huge part of it. I felt like I was on a press tour. I was so excited. And what I really realized, I made this joke, how like really talented people who made it and is so busy and they can't sleep and they always like, I'm so tired, but I'm doing what I love. I felt like that. Like I went to bed at 3 a.m, editing my episode. I woke up today super excited about this. I'm booked and busy. That's it. I'm booked and busy.
I do have a question. Did you have to say people's names?
Did I have to say people's names?
Yeah.
On the yes. And I'm talking
I'm so terrified
real names, like names.
What was
I was like, oh.
What was the hardest name you had to say?
I have a trick for names. If I can't figure out, because they gave me first and last, if I can't figure out one or the two, because I usually can figure out at least one. And so Barry University, it's a school in Miami, Florida. Like they got students from over 80 different countries, and they really brought the names yesterday. So I was like, oh my God, congratulations to Ahmad, and his last name would be like Javubaful or something like that, and I could not pronounce. So I would just say Ahmad, and then we would kind of keep going from there. But it was a struggle. Yes, the names is not the funnest.
That is my worst
nightmare.
I can't pronounce anyone's names
because there's so many.
There's so many different pronunciations.
There's so many pronunciations and names.
No, I can say like a like a Lasciana. Or I can do like a Tomocalocious. I can do urban names.
You can do urban names.
Tomocalocious.
Tomocalocious.
What bitch
but
have you
any
ever?
names like Greg Sir Squascoscos. Or like like the real white names, Squascoswanus, like or Kavakovich or things like that. I don't know.
But you can spell all of the like
Oceanas,
and
Cavantes. Yes.
Yeah.
Easy. But don't give me no.
I can kind of agree with you there. All the, all of the colored names, they kind of flow off the tongue a bit differently. I'm like, oh my God, congratulations, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know how to say that one. That one I can say. I can say a Tiffany. But when it comes to like
straight hair people names,
okay, we can call them straight hair people names. I got a little bumpy, but it was fun. It was all fun.
I don't like none of these bitches' names y'all mentioned.
Oh wow,
Tiffany, Mocalocious.
I ain't never heard no fucking Tiffany.
Tiffany is a real name. She's
Tiffany
alive
is
and real. Tiffany, if you're on my live, if you're on this call, if you're on the podcast, please stand up. Please call in 323-900-0478.
That's the live call-in number. Tiffany, call in, girl. We know you out there.
Yes, congrats, bitch, and set up a Cash App so we could get that name changed.
Oh wait, I have one more thing that happened this week. Speaking of the name changes, so me and Bay is going to be Greg. We'll reference him as Bay. Me and Bay, we had this whole little like versus moment. I hope you guys got into it yesterday. Jill's got an area.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay, I'm so excited we're going to talk about it. But what we did, I'm not going to talk about the verses then. But what me and Bay did after, because one of us was a little disappointed in the verses, so we literally went inside the house, started cleaning, and then we started having our own verses battle. So like we literally picked an artist and we take turns playing songs. And when I tell you we was keying, we started with them two, and then we went to like Mariah Carey versus Whitney Houston. I'm sure you guys know who won that battle.
Whitney.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was like a really key. I was like, all right,
we did it on road trips sometimes.
Okay, that's
like
a good
especially
idea.
like when it's a boring road trip, when it's people like you don't really know. You just pass it. You have the people queue up the song for the next one. You pass the aux that way, and then like the person with the bad song gets eliminated.
Oh, good. There's
The
a
bad
lot of
songs
bitches
get
that I know
eliminated.
that
The bad
would
song
get
get
knocked out the
eliminated.
car.
Boom.
Yeah,
Bye.
it gets
See you
eliminated.
later.
Like,
Yeah.
and then like the version that lasts the end, that's the winner.
Wow, that's a battle.
We did
huh?
that like in college, like road trips, like with the debate team. With
That
the,
sounds so fun.
the forensics team. back
Now,
in
does
those
it ever
days.
get awkward in the car?
No, because we were all forensics, so debating, orator, like so
okay.
we're used to competition.
That's good.
How I'm
Competition is
talking,
good.
you wouldn't know that I was in forensics because I can't talk this morning. I don't know what's going
That's
on.
fine.
I had a Kentucky
The
accent
lies.
this morning.
I'm talking
But,
about the lies. Wait, why did you wait? So, hold on. Go back. The debate teams are now called forensic teams.
Yes, so it's forensics team. So when you go to a forensics competition, it's people think it's science, but no,
Yeah.
it's all like debate, oratory, improv, intros, and prose. So I did. Mine was spontaneous, or if you will, improv. Also did prose, and also did debate. And the great things about those, like I love improv because you literally get they give you a topic. You have a minute to write down your entire speech. So like to figure all the things out, it keeps you quick on your feet.
Yes.
And I used to love that. I used to do really well at that. And then also prose because I'm dramatic. So that's like when you could do your drama pieces. So your monologues, those long things. Listen to forensics competitions. Like there are some really good forensics competitions out there. Like if you really like want to hone in, like on acting and monologues and stuff like that, really get in there and really. Gus Edwards is my favorite. He's an African American playwright. He makes really really good forensic competition monologues.
You know what I really believe? Well, back in my day, oh God, I can't believe I'm going to tell
Back
you
in my day, back in 1998.
Right, how old are you exactly?
We ain't gonna get into that because you tried it.
Back in 1998, back in my day.
We used to call it the debate team. Like I was actually on the debate team in high school. I went to Austin, Texas. One of the worst experiences I ever had. The first time I really quote unquote experienced racism was me going to a debate camp, summer camp in Austin, Texas, like the token student who got his paid for. Horrible experience. I left 2 weeks early. But what I hate about kind of like what you said, I hate that I never really realized I was like a national speech winning champion. I was on the debate team, and I hate that because I was doing that, the only thing I was told that I could do was politics. Like it was always like, yeah, you're amazing at this. Oh my God, you can't wait till you get into politics. And I believe that long enough. But to hear you say like, this is great for like actors or like creatives, like it was debating is a real gift. Like it's a talent. And once you master that skill, you should kind of accept that this is my talent and figure out a way around it, as opposed to thinking like, oh, I'm good at debate, I should be the next president of the United States like I did. So I agree with you 100% that yes, it is great for acting. And you're an amazing speaker. That's why you're here on this an amazing podcast.
Here we are, here at the Good News Radio Station.
The Good News Radio Station.
No, but like I've learned that I taken that into like my other jobs and careers. Like you in the meeting and you ain't paying attention to shit. Right. And they're like, what you think, Kelvin?
Boom.
Oh, wow. Well, I think that what you said, those analytics really do make sense. But if we just switch this one thing around, I think it really can have a wonderful outcome.
You better talk in a circle. Then they go, well, what one thing do you think we should move around? You know, it was so many points.
It was so many great points. But, James, you had mentioned something.
What did you mention? What did you mention, James?
That's what it was.
I really think we can tweak that.
With that. Get me out and be like, shit, I made that shit.
That explains why you're so good on your toes. That's good.
Because I also know how to. I'm thick, so.
Well, bitch.
My stripper history keeps me good on my toes.
Way to turn this into OnlyFans. I was really trying to keep it political.
Not only.
Is it now time to promote mine?
Oh, did you start it?
I did.
Bitch, you want to come from my gig so bad.
I did.
What is it?
Bad Buyers.
Okay.
Bad buyers.
That is my OnlyFans name.
Not
Bad
the
Buyers.
last name.
You know what? You're going to
And
drag your
then
newfound family last name through the mud.
Dragging the newfound, very wealthy
Through the red dirt.
What?
name.
Right, through the
If it worked,
Through the red
if
clay.
it worked for the
And this is
Kardashians,
why-
it could work for me.
This is why your family got alienated.
This is
Because
they knew.
Right.
They
that you
knew
was a
my
trash
ass in the
nigga.
future.
They knew that.
Knew my ass in the
They
future.
already
Like,
knew.
Wow.
damn Ernest grandchild.
How many
Keep his dick in his
subscriptions?
pants for shit.
Shit, just helicoptering all over the internet.
How many subscriptions?
2.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
On the up
You're
and up.
making it. I'm sure
Up and
after
up.
this is the real release, so I'm sure you're about
Yeah,
to just like,
$2.99 a month.
Only 2?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, you know, you got to start
y'all
low.
support my
You gotta
friend and his OnlyFans.
Build it up. Start
Shout out
with
to OnlyFans.
Start
It's
the bar
only
low.
$2.99.
Start the bar low, and then like once you do more content, then you go to $5.99.
I mean, like at $2.99,
Right.
you might as well not start it at all.
well, it's just a helicopter.
Well, that's what
Okay.
It's just,
okay.
just it'll-
Okay.
Well, how does that work exactly?
How does it work exactly?
And what you say your name was? Nasty Buyers?
Bad buyers.
Bad Buyers.
Bad buyers.
buyers.
Just a helicopter action. That's
Real
what you get for
OnlyFans.
$2.99.
$2.99. Okay.
If you want more, a tip. You know, that's how you do it.
Oh,
If you want more tip, you got a tip.
I started
Boom.
at 15.
Let me put that in.
Then it
my-
is.
Started
That's,
at 15.
that's your tip.
I'm putting that in my
That's
OnlyFans
your
bio
tagline.
right now. If you want more tip, you got a tip.
If you want more tip, you gotta
You got a tip.
Wow.
That's it.
I
Give me
love
Your
all right
OnlyFans
OnlyFans
credits.
is live
I
and
will.
real.
Yeah.
I will definitely give you credit for that.
I am so fucking jealous. You're coming from my clientele. Let me go flag it as spam.
Oh wow! You see, that's why you can't trust
I hate
nobody.
to see a bitch doing well.
It'd be your own friend.
Yeah, I
Flag
know.
them as spam. Link in bio. Helicopter. If you
helicopter.
want more tip, you got a tip.
Periodic Carlotta.
I can't make this stuff up.
Oh, that was
You
good.
ready, Eric?
Yes, it is time for Bitch, You Better Read. Okay, so number one.
Number one.
Number one.
Let's just take a moment to send our prayers to the families of Andre Harrell, who passed away this past, was it Saturday? Friday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Friday. Because today's Sunday.
I thought it was yesterday. He passed. Oh, you might be right.
No, it's Friday. Yeah,
It was
you're right.
Friday night, yeah. Who passed away of a heart attack at 59. And then Little Richard, who passed away yesterday at the age of 87, whose causes are unknown at this time.
Yeah.
And then today, the legendary Betty Wright died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Mother's Day.
They
What
say
a
death
day.
comes in threes.
Yeah, 3 amazing black figures. I mean, Andre Harrell has given us artists like Heavy D. He's given us Diddy. He's
Casey
given us
JoJo, Mary J. Blige.
Jodeci.
Ugh.
So,
Wow.
Real icons.
and then Little Richard gave us like basically the rock and roll
He
genre.
gave us
even
our
though-
music.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gave us black music.
Yeah.
Say it.
Because rock and roll birthed hip hop, and just it's sad to know that Little Richard never really received all his flowers before he passed, and he was 87.
Yeah.
And I feel like we never really gave it to him like he should. He never got the BET Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right.
He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he's never got a Grammy. He's never got anything that really was like, you know, you have reached the pinnacle of your career, and you are the foundation of this music. Like, I was looking at pictures and stuff like of him, like the Beatles used to perform with him. Rolling Stones said they looked up to him. Like, they literally stole that man's sound, or excuse me, no, they stole that man's
He
sound.
said it himself.
They stole that
right.
man's sound, and
Yeah.
he never really got the money or the accolades that he should have for
Right.
being the blueprint. And I think that as we remember him, we must honor his legacy and make sure that people don't forget who Little Richard is.
Yeah.
Now, what is it about it that certain icons like a Prince or Michael Jackson get praised, but then a Little Richard doesn't? Because I've always known about Little Richard my whole life. Like, I've always known him, but I've known him as this very odd figure, very kind of like
I
Prince.
agree.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say no more weird than
Yes.
Prince.
I would have to
Prince
say,
found some mainstream. He found that magnet that you need for mainstream appeal.
Yeah.
I
Prince
think
definitely did.
timing. Timing, that was the 80s. People
Yeah.
were on acid. So, also, Richard was, even though Prince wrote that line of flamboyance and, what's the word I'm looking for?
Androgyny?
Androgyny. There we go.
Androgyny.
I think Little Richard was just in your face. And
Okay.
at that time in the 50s, nobody was about to listen to Little
Yeah.
Black Gay Boy.
No.
So I think that really also kind of like hindered his success and caused him not to be as popular as he was.
But even then, I agree. Like, when I heard the news, it really hit me. I was like, wow, Little Richie, how did I really, like, as somehow, why isn't he at that same level, I would say, as Prince? Because when I was like, wow, that's a real icon. That's a real legend. Like, this is somebody, the who, you know, like, that is unforgettable. That is, like, a big part of rock and roll blueprint. And that video that's going around on Instagram, I think it's from a movie. It actually is from a movie, but it's
Yeah.
so
Yeah, Waterfall is
on point. Like, y'all stole my sound. Y'all went here and did that. And so I agree, though, why maybe he's not is just because timing. Like, they're right. Who wants to hear the loud black gay boy be all around screaming and yelling and doing this and doing that? Two different times. But he's a true icon, and nothing but my condolences
Absolutely.
to all of those three families, for
Yeah,
sure.
and Betty Wright, my mother was telling me how her and my aunties used to sneak and play Tonight Is Tonight.
Oh my God.
And they used to sing
Come
it.
on, Tonight Is Tonight.
And they like take turns like doing harmonies and stuff on
Yes.
Tonight Is Tonight because they knew it was nasty, and if my grandma caught them singing it, she's gonna make them turn it off.
But it was about a song of just like growth and womanhood. Like, you're taking my virginity. It's not, the Adina Howards, but it's still.
But back then, that was was racist.
It was a little bit. It was Little Kim.
It was a lot.
It was hardcore. Yeah. Legs open. Puss print.
Right.
Puss print.
That's what it was. Tonight is the night.
So many iconic figures. So prayers to their families.
Yes, and play Tonight is the Night for your mama today on Mother's Day.
Play Tonight is the Night for your mama.
Oh, Clean Up Woman.
Clean Up Woman and
play
clean up the house.
Woman.
Clean Up Woman.
Let's do
Clean
that.
up your mama house. Yeah. Play Clean Up Woman for your mama.
You play Tonight is the Night for your man, even though you probably ain't a virgin at this point.
Yeah, at this point in life.
That's fine.
Well, I'm a born again virgin.
People are talking.
No, that's not a thing. I keep telling you.
I have.
Listen,
my holiness
just
is
because
deleted.
you go through a drought don't mean it never rained before.
Wow, that was poetic, bitch.
Thank you.
I might take it.
That was good. We're going to take it, actually.
Well, right
you are
now,
not a born again virgin.
Well, right now it's the Savannah.
No.
It is.
Is the ground cracking?
It is. No, because I keep it moisturized.
Okay.
But
It's a little ashy when you walk.
You got little
It
ashy,
sounds
little
a little ashy
dust.
when you walk. Yeah. Notice when we walk together, I get a
Kelvin's
little
coming
bit away from you.
Kelvin's coming,
That's
start
good.
coughing. Oh, he got the Rona. No, it's just Kelvin's dusty ass.
Yeah.
Literally.
Climate change is a bitch.
Yeah.
I love how Little Richie and Betty Wright brought that to a conversation point. I love how that's how you guys wanted to take that, But, yeah, I love that.
The show goes. It goes. Sorry if there's anyone's moms listening. Sorry, the show goes.
I'm sure my mom is listening. I went on live just for her.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yikes.
Sorry,
Happy
Mom.
Mother's Day.
Hi, Mom. That's
Sorry,
what they
Mom.
talk about here.
Welcome. I'm sorry. Welcome to. I got Mama.
You got Mama.
I got Mama. Where
Yeah,
is it
give her
at?
something,
I'm gonna
'cause-
give her something. Where is it at? People like to move my stuff. Okay. Welcome to Sunday morning.
He wish you Amen.
Hallelujah. 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 Happy Sunday. We hope you all are blessed out there.
Call me Mary Mary, number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
So DMX says that he could see himself battling Jay-Z in a versus battle.
Oh,
Hold
did
on,
he?
I've been waiting my whole life to use this. Is it still here?
I don't know, actually.
Somebody probably took it off. Oh my goodness, it was there. What?
Yeah.
It was there.
And we
What?
had no reason to use it before this time. Okay, so now you guys know that battles between some of our favorites are the latest trend. And thanks to Swiss Beats and Timbaland for laying the blueprint and starting the trend, it's now becoming the new normal. During a recent interview with Nori for his Drink Champs podcast, DMX was asked who could he see himself going up against if he were to do a versus battle. And after thinking about it for a second, he said that Jay would be someone that he could see himself battling. When you found it, you go, bitch. One more time.
He was diligently
That's
looking
right.
too.
Say it with your chest. When Nori wanted to reassure that he was talking about the Jay-Z that we're all familiar with.
You mean he was probably like, you mean Jay-Z?
Right. Sean Carter?
Hova?
DMX said, yeah, nigga, who you think? So, however, according to Complex, if Jay-Z and DMX were to face off in a versus battle, that wouldn't be their first time battling each other. Back in the day, Jay-Z and DMX faced off in a rap battle. There is very little footage of that battle. However, there is a clip of Jay-Z's verse in the battle. Nonetheless, there is no doubt that both DMX and Jay-Z are definitely legends when it comes to the rap game, and they both made a major impact on the industry as they both dropped classic albums throughout the years. It also looks like fans would definitely be here for a Jay-Z and DMX battle as well. One fan said...
Right. Which fans are these?
Now, granted... Oh, go get into it. I'm sorry.
One fan said, look, Jay-Z versus DMX on Versus? I would have never thought of it, but this could really be good. I'm here for it. As you already know, legends Babyface and Teddy Riley already had a successful Versus battle, and Jill Scott and Erykah Badu...
Successful.
Well, round 3.
Round 7 was really successful.
Let's not be malicious. Jill Scott and Erykah Badu are the first female artists scheduled to face off. Well, they faced off yesterday. So, period, Pooh.
With all due respect, DMX is a legend.
He is.
What, 7 number 1 albums?
Really?
Debuts?
He
I
had
think like
7
7 or
albums?
6. 7 or 6
Wow.
number 1s. He was like one of the first people to do it. You got to correct me on the numbers, but I know
Things I
DMX.
didn't know.
He has hits, but he's not Jay-Z.
No, not on any level.
13 number 1 albums.
No.
Oof.
Countless hits.
Oof.
To
Jay-Z
this day hits.
Jay-Z doesn't even have to play his own songs. He can play his features and wipe out DMX.
Jay-Z can play anything he's made in the last 5 years.
Man. Poor DMX.
I mean, I would still be here for it though, because I think a lot of people were thinking that Erykah Badu and Jill Scott would be a clean sweep, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was not. Actually, no, we can talk about that because it's connected to this one. So speaking of the whole Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, unless anyone else wants to shit on DMX, as you guys.
No, we're not shitting on him. We just say DMX is not.
No,
DMX is a legend, and when he passes, we will give him his flowers.
Yeah.
That's rude.
That's
give him his
horrible.
flowers
That's
now.
the problem.
We're gonna give him his flowers
He's
now.
made some
Give him his
valuable
flowers now.
contributions to the music industry.
He has.
However, comma,
Right.
I just feel like Jay-Z has a little more clout.
Yeah.
He definitely has more clout, and I feel like there was a moment where DMX was searching for spirituality. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, he always
He pulled
praised.
back for a bit.
He always praised.
Well, not praise, but like he pulled back from music. He was off the scene for a little bit.
Well, that's because he went to jail.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, fun times.
So maybe that was spiritual.
So
I think,
you usually find God in jail. So
Yeah.
maybe that was his spiritual journey.
I think that DMX is one of those rappers that you'll never hear another person sound like that. Very,
No.
very Ja Rule,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
mystical.
Yes, yeah.
And I think for that he should be praised. And I mean, if he wants to go against Jay-Z, he wouldn't be completely in the dark, not like Trina and Kaya.
Oh, Eric, you
like-
were really onto something with that Ja Rule. Now, Ja Rule
I was
versus
just gonna
DMX,
say
I
that.
would be
That makes
in
way
that
more
live.
sense.
I would be
That
in
makes
that
so much more
live.
sense.
Yeah, I thought it would be great.
Oh, I would be in that
Yeah,
live.
I'd be
Get
there for
Swiss
that.
Beats on the line immediately.
I've been trying to put it out there in the
Ja
universe,
Rule
but the kids don't
is-
want to hear it.
I don't want Ja Rule and DMX.
I do.
It's gonna be a loud battle.
It's going to be
It's
loud.
a very loud
Turn the volume
yelling
down.
Yeah.
Turn the volume
Oh,
down.
no.
I
Just
can
a
see
bit.
DMX and Mystical.
And Mystical.
I can see that.
I see
Oh,
DMX
now
and
that's
Mystical.
loud,
I
too.
can see that.
But how many hits does Mystical really get? And
Like
sorry
3
if
or
I'm
4.
ignorant.
No, he
Yeah,
probably got like
I'm giving him a good
5
3 songs.
tops.
All I want to
3,
hear is
4, 5,
Danger.
yeah.
All I
This
want to
is
hear
very
is
I
true.
wanna
Danger.
But
hear
listen,
Danger, too.
but also I'm not immersed in the hip hop world like that.
Okay.
So I know DMX songs when they play them because they may have been singles.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna like if he start playing Deep Track, a deep cut off of his
yeah.
third album,
A deep,
yeah.
track number 7.
Yeah, when we start
and,
going
and
deep
everybody
cuts.
like, oh shit, he killed him. Like I honestly don't know.
I'll be
Yeah,
like,
right.
oh.
Yay!
was
Woo!
gonna
say,
He
go
won
DMX.
that round. Woo!
He took it home with that
Yeah,
verse, man.
wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'd have to retreat too.
So who we saying for Jay-Z then? Really quick. Who we
I
going?
think
So I say Ja Rule
Kanye.
and DMX.
Ooh, Kanye could be.
Kanye.
No, you didn't say Kanye.
It was,
You-
that's the only
Wow.
person
Yeah.
that could
Kanye
battle
and
Jay-Z
Jay-Z?
and give him
Agreed.
a
All right.
battle.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
It's the only one. Because a lot of
I think
people keep
that's fair.
saying the Kanye Pharrell producer battle. I don't want to see it.
Nah.
I want to see Kanye and Jay-Z versus.
Wow, Kanye and Jay-Z,
Yep.
iconic. Yeah, let's see that. Let's
'Cause-
make that happen too.
I was on a mock versus with a frat brother who did. They did Kanye Productions versus Pharrell Productions, but Pharrell's sound is
So different.
so
distinct.
intricate,
So- yeah.
and Kanye's
Yeah.
is very. It would make sense for him to go against a Jay-Z musically.
Yeah.
So I support that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe a Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Versus
Ooh.
who?
Lil Wayne versus
Jay?
Ja Rule. Oh, Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
that
see
would
that.
be good. Oh,
I'd see
that would
that.
be
That's
really
interesting.
good.
He got
That would be a
hits.
good one.
He does.
We can go all day on that one.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne was that guy at a point
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah. That's
so
a good
that
one.
would be good.
Wow, hit me with a lollipop.
Yesterday, I said that Mariah and Toni Braxton should do one. Even though I don't think that I don't know how they are with each other, but that would be interesting because
That
they
would be
both
interesting.
have
It'd be so shady.
Mhm.
It would be
It'd
shady.
be
diva
subliminal
on
shade.
diva action.
Diva on diva action.
But I did something like that for Way Back Wednesday, and the girls automatically flocked to Mariah, and I think it's because commercially,
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
it's like when you think of Mariah, you think of Christmas, you think of all these number ones, and when you hear Tony, you may think of Unbreak My Heart, but maybe he wasn't man enough. But if you don't know Tony,
Yeah.
if you don't listen to her catalog, you're not.
'Cause I
would
love
agree.
Tony, so
Well,
maybe that's why I
yeah.
felt
It was
that
kind of
way.
like last night. I'm a fan of Erica and I'm a fan of Jill. But on the outside looking in, you would think that Erica's about to sweep Jill away.
Right.
Right.
But
I thought
then
at
once
first,
they
too.
start playing back to back,
See?
you're like, damn it, you
you
motherfucker.
gotta go
Jill.
back.
It was a
Right.
funky groove, baby.
Yeah.
And I
was
loved
real
how
good.
it wasn't a battle.
It was
it
not.
was literally just a celebration of two women who really shaped neo soul in the early 2000s.
Absolutely.
And just spread love. And I was almost pregnant when Crown Royal and Ice came on. That is my song. Crown
Almost
Royal,
pregnant.
that is my song.
Okay.
Just the adoration that they have for each other was like that made me sit there and really gravitate toward it. You can just tell it's two black women that truly respect
Right.
and love each other.
Absolutely.
And there's never been any kind of like bad blood between them.
Exactly.
I agree. I would be honest. I didn't know half the songs they were playing for like the first 2 hours.
didn't?
Because a lot of it was
a
deep
real,
cuts.
You
It
didn't?
was deep cut
I
tough.
know all of
But
them.
I think the admiration that they had and the energy and like when I had to listen, I had to change I went in to hear like hits. So when I realized like, oh no, this is a real celebration of like the art. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. And so once I shifted that, I could enjoy it. It wasn't
was
right off.
cleansing.
Yeah, it was cleansing. I thought it was gonna be right off window seat. Bag Lady.
Right. Yeah.
Hate on me.
Yeah.
We didn't really go there, so it was a real shift for me, and I agree. Like it was a thorough celebration of the arts.
It was.
Is what I would call it.
You got to get into those deep cuts.
Okay, I'm gonna get into it.
There was some really good songs played. I mean,
Green
I
Eyes.
was familiar with a lot of them. I Want You.
Were you guys
Tree.
really
No, that song is
familiar
really
with?
I
a
knew
lot
all of
them?
them. I knew all of them.
I didn't know all
Only,
of them.
only ones I didn't know were two. I didn't know two, and that was those two random ones they said this. So we're gonna get real.
Wow.
I only didn't know two of those. Every other song that they played, I knew all of them.
Wow.
Green
I
Eyes,
probably only
Apple
knew
Tree,
50% of it.
Apple Tree.
Danger
Apple Tree's
is
a
my
deep cut?
shit.
Danger's a deep cut?
No, those are like main ones. But
okay.
And then Jill Scott Calls. Oh my goodness, that's my shit. Oh my.
I mean, I know it had to be a
from the
blast because
Woman
everybody
album?
went up for it.
It was
Is that from the Woman album?
No, Calls is from Robert Glasper, Black Radio 2.
Oh, okay.
Y'all gotta get it right. That's grown folks' music. Y'all gotta
wanna
get some
say-
Robert Glasper. Get you
Yes,
a good
yes.
dark wine, a good red wine, and turn that on.
Good doc.
I was getting so excited when Erykah Badu brought out that mic. Do you guys remember that shift that happened?
Yeah.
I was like screaming. I thought Erykah Badu was finna say, "This is my tiny damn desk. I'm about to sing for you,
I would
Jill."
like to see that.
So when she didn't, I really was disappointed. I was like, "Wait, you brought out this full mic?" Because she was warming up.
Yeah.
She was testing it because you could tell she would go in that somebody in the sound would say, "Not yet," and she would lean back. She would be like, "All right, not yet." You know? And then for her not to do it, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like 50-50 about the verse. I'm not gonna go in here and do what everybody was doing.
It's perfectly okay.
It's 50-50 for me. I'm going to say it.
We talk the truth here.
I said it.
I think the unpopular opinion for me is that there were moments where I tuned out.
Yes.
Because they were so mellow that I was
So
like, well, what
mellow.
else do I have going on over here? Let me respond to an email.
I could go
This
wash
is
these
background
dishes and
music.
listen to this.
See,
You
Right.
know?
It was
My
very
old
that.
ass was in it. Like, shit.
I'm sure you were.
I had red wine.
You and Mimi should have been together
We
on
probably
that
still
one.
letting our
Blend.
incense and sage. Just over there just, I feel so refreshed. And then the straight hair man came in there and messed it up. That's what I want to talk about. The straight hair man, after the verses, we had a wonderful time. Then the straight hair man want to come in and listen to some Lil Wayne. Because us with curly hair, he think that's what we want to listen to. No, we're about to listen to this good old Whitney Houston, and you about to sit in your corner. You about to shut the
On
fuck
who's
up.
live?
Right.
No, this is he came into the house that we was watching. I was watching it with my friend Richard.
Oh.
We watched all the verses together. I'm
I'm
sorry.
like,
I'm sorry. I
like
went on a
details.
tangent. My bad. I went on a tangent. We was over the house. The straight hair man came in with one of his friends and wanted to play Lil Wayne. And
He
all
wanted
this
to
other
play
stuff.
Lil Wayne after
all
you
this
just
other
blasted
urban
with
stuff.
Jill Scott and
We
Erykah
are
Badu for
cleansed. We
3.5
are
hours.
fully in our blackness. We are walking
Okay.
tall. Our chests are poked out. We have our hair wraps. We have sage. We are cleansed. And
No
then you
shade
wanna
to
come-
Lil Wayne.
No shade to Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But you're
how
excuse me,
did you
straight
go-
hair
yeah.
man. Excuse me, straight hair man. You stay over there in that corner. You don't touch none of this.
We should have went real Ari Lennox next. We should have
Yeah.
went.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
should have never gave
Keep
me
the
Lil Wayne.
groove.
Yeah.
You keep
Yeah.
the groove.
That's good.
He would have got kicked out.
He,
Did he?
he wasn't there long.
Good.
He wasn't there.
He felt the blackness in the room.
How could
Straight
you
hair man,
not?
that
How
straight
could you
hair man
not?
come in messing up some stuff?
But what I did appreciate is that a lot of people were saying that it was going to be a clean blowout on Erykah Badu's side, and
Yeah.
I found myself very hyped for Jill Scott's side,
Yeah.
like even more so than Erykah's. Maybe
Same,
because
same.
Erykah, I don't know, maybe because Erykah was just like playing things after a while and I was like, okay, but then Jill Scott would play something else. But Jill Scott's voice,
Right.
So soothing.
when it comes into
Right.
the track, it's like,
Yeah.
oh God, I feel
Yeah.
like a grown woman.
She came in heavy.
You sit up,
Yeah.
right?
Heavy.
Yes.
Big areolas,
She came in heavy.
double D's, dark areolas. That's how you felt.
Right.
No
like,
dark
wow.
areolas.
Yes, but according to the poll that we put, according to the poll from yesterday on who won the versus battle, it's 40% Erykah Badu and 60%
Wow.
Jill Scott. So according to the Get Right listeners,
Wow.
they said that Jill Scott
See,
won.
I think very much like you. I didn't even after a while I stopped looking
I
at it
didn't
as a
count.
versus
I didn't.
situation.
Yeah.
I was
just
enjoying
like
it.
I couldn't.
vibe the fuck out.
Yeah,
was-
just vibe.
Yeah.
You had to shift.
It was so good. It was
Now,
so good.
rumor has it that the next one is Nelly versus Ludacris.
Leave it
Yeah.
home. Leave it
I
home.
am so here for
different
this.
kind
No,
of
no,
rappers.
Leave it
I'm
home.
so excited about
Leave
this.
it where you found
Let me
it.
tell you, as a child of the early 2000s, and from Indiana, we don't have a lot of Midwest rappers. So Nelly was that guy.
He was.
Sweatsuit, Nellyville. Oh my goodness, those albums are amazing. And Ludacris, my first real rap album, because the first rap album I bought was Big Willie Style. I know, judge me, I'm old. And then the second one I bought was Doggy Bag by Bow Wow.
Okay.
Judge me,
Wow.
I'm old.
That's fine.
But the real first rap album I bought was Back for the First Time, and that is Ludacris.
Okay.
Mama's chicken and waffles.
See? And I think people sleep on Luda. Luda
Luda got
that
hits.
nigga.
And Luda was a fucking visionary, too. Like,
absolutely.
From video, like, just his whole rollout and shit.
Yeah.
So
and then Nelly has some hits, too. I, for one, am going to put on my Air Force Ones.
Okay.
I am going to put a Band-Aid under my eye. I'm going to find me a sweatband to put on my head. And I may just put on a jersey and turn it backwards.
When is this one?
This is supposed to be Saturday.
I'm excited.
I'm excited about the one on Wednesday.
And chicken head. What's on Wednesday?
I'm excited about the one on Wednesday. Okay, this is for all my Miami people. Trick Daddy versus Trina is Wednesday.
How they gonna have their own? Swiss and Timberland did not approve.
Yeah,
Didn't approve, but I'm be tuning in.
Oh,
I'm
going to be tuning in.
I don't like these ghetto renditions.
The ghetto rendition.
The ghetto ones are so bad.
It's a divide of the culture. If you see these two black men trying to put artists together, it's the same thing with Jermaine Dupri and Dallas Austin. If you see these two black men with their own idea trying to unite the community, why would you branch off and do your own? Now, granted, I don't give a damn about no Trina and Trick Daddy because they're on the same tracks.
Right.
But
I was gonna play. Who's gonna play then?
they both are.
They both are.
That's how you gonna
It's
end
the
it.
same thing. The same thing Erica and Jill did. They'll
Oh
just
yeah.
play
Well,
the
they
verses.
started. They started off with it. So yeah, this is true.
So it was just like, well, if you want to do this, contact Swiss Beats and Timberland. If you want to do this, I mean, that way you're also increasing visibility because everyone's looking for verses. Because Jermaine Dupri and Dallas Austin did not do numbers solely because they didn't do
12
it with them.
people.
I think they had 10K.
Well, that's cute.
But
wow.
But I mean, Trina and Trick Daddy is kind of like
that's a different type of
market.
audience.
I don't think if they contacted Swiss Beats and was like, "Hey, put us on your verses," they would be jumping for joy.
Yeah, that's true, and they shouldn't. But I'm, out of respect. But hey, I also, how did you guys feel about Trina and Kaya? Because Trina was real. She
what
was
a good key that was. For
It was
me.
great.
Oh, man.
Trina got real niggerish on that
I
radio
laughed.
show though when she was talking about it.
I want to be
get real
careful with my
niggerish
words for
lately
Trina
anyway.
because I know me and Trina gonna cross paths, and I don't want her to bring this up and be like, "But why you was talking shit about me?" But at some point, you can't keep saying I'm not stepping off my throne to engage, and then you go in. It's like me saying, Eric, I don't got nothing to say to you. I'm not saying nothing to you on this show. But what I will say to you is, when you come for me, Eric, I'm going to come back. Okay? And I'm like, Trina, just you said you weren't gonna do that. Why you doing it?
I don't understand. And this is my thing with Trina. I respect that you've been in the game for 20 years. But these 20 years have been mediocre. And that's the conversation. And I love a female
hitting
rapper.
low.
I love all my female rappers because, I feel like they raised me. However, I never hear people say bump Trina.
Let me tell you something. At the lowest end of the spectrum, Trina still outshines Kaya.
At the lowest end of the spectrum. But let's acknowledge the fact that we just said at the lowest end of the spectrum.
Y'all would not
I'm
sit
not,
here
and that
and
wasn't even
disrespect
me.
K Wayne.
That wasn't even me trying to
K Wayne with
shade
it.
Trina.
K Wayne.
I'm just saying.
Well,
like,
now
What
he's defending
dance?
Kaya.
What dance?
Kaya.
Trina got?
I'm so ghetto.
what dance Kaya got?
What dance? K Wayne. K
fuck is
Wayne
that?
with.
It's a whole thing. It's actually a thing.
Oh no.
You know about it?
Exactly.
People
love
know.
Kaya.
I just found out about it. I just found out about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never
No,
been a
but
fan of Kaya.
I will say,
I've never been a fan.
I've never been a
Kaya.
fan of Kaya neither.
ever.
She's
Except
just
for
funny.
what's so sensual. Dun, 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 dun.
What?
I got it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna
Okay.
play it. We only can play 15 seconds, but I'm gonna
I have a friend that stands for Kaya.
Oh.
Like, knows her entire discography. I didn't know the bitch had a discography.
Me either.
But he stands for her. And the other day he tweeted, he was just like, let's not forget that So Excited would have never been anything without Kaya. And I was like, wait. Janet was Janet way before Kaya crawled out of her Coke 45 bottle. And always will be Janet. So, like,
Not
calm
Coke
down.
45
Well, that's ghetto.
You can't tell me Kaya don't look like she crawled out of a cracked Coke 45 bottle.
Yeah, but every time she does, she says something funny, and for that, I appreciate it.
I just think she is so entertaining. I really
So
do.
entertaining.
Anytime she comes, she said she got 200 and XXX. Well, she lost me at 2, but for the idea of her to be able to say that, I just think she's good TV. So I would
285
I
hits.
would put her on a versus
She said
battle
that?
just to see her in that dynamic because she goes up for her own stuff. She's her biggest fan.
And I think you should be because she doesn't
Yeah.
have many others. And
Oh,
but I really do enjoy what it does that she brings to it. With Trina, Look Back at Me is like a Bible verse for
It's
me.
a Bible verse.
It is. I literally sat there and read the lyrics. Wow.
The first time I ever heard that song was prom night, and I just remember driving up Lakeshore Drive, blasting that
Come
shit.
on,
out
Lakeshore
the-
Drive.
Okay.
Come on, Lakeshore Drive.
And ever since then, Trina had me.
I didn't hear
She
it
had
till
me.
college
You didn't hear Look Back.
until college. And I found
Really?
Ratchet First.
Wow.
But this is my favorite Kaya song.
Don't know it. Yikes.
He's so addicted.
Wow.
Is this for real?
Well, he ended that battle. There's no chance now.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all gotta look at her.
I
Y'all
really
gotta
don't
look at her
wanna hear
perform this.
I'm so
This
confused.
is my favorite. This is her fucking it up.
Let me show the people.
I'm gonna make sure I post it on the Get Right page so y'all can listen and say and see why Kaya's gonna
I've
win
seen
this. This with the so addicted. He's so
gonna win
addicted
it.
to my everything. He likes the way I walk along and sang.
Kaya versus
So
Trina is
addicted.
not happening. Let's
No,
give it up.
it's
But
not.
it was a cute kiki.
Yeah.
It was a cute kiki. Number 3.
Number 3.
So Amanda Seales comes for Justin Timberlake.
Number 4.
She says good things. She says good things. Do you have this ready to go?
I do.
Okay, perfect. So Amanda Seales comes for Justin Timberlake and other white celebrities overturning their comments off for Ahmaud Arbery's post. So as you guys know, Ahmaud Arbery, the man who was killed in Georgia in February, Amanda Seales feels like, and many black people feel like, white allies should be posting their outrage on social media, mostly celebrities. And with that, you should not be cutting off your comments because you want to see how your fans are actually going to respond. Can you play the clip?
This goes out to all the white celebrities. You see, I turned off my comments because I got tired of arguing with racists. But you know what? It's your turn. Turn on the comments.
What is wrong with her? Turn on the comments.
Let them talk to ya. It's time for y'all to see who's been following you. They're gonna show ya. Show your true colors.
Oh no.
Confederate Karen and her husband red-faced Ken. See, you ain't down just cause you posted a JPEG, baby. Nuh-uh.
Not a JPEG. You ain't down because you posted a JPEG.
So, Amanda Seales calls out Justin Timberlake, among other celebrities, for allegedly turning off their comments under posts made in support of Ahmaud Arbery, the 25-year-old Georgia man who was gunned down by 2 white men while jogging. Ahmaud's story has received national attention these past 2 weeks as people demanded justice in his name after 2 months had passed and no arrests had been made until Thursday. Justin Timberlake shared a picture of Ahmaud saying, "If you're not outraged, you should be. Justice for Ahmaud Arbery." The comments under the post were turned off. Amanda Seales took it upon herself to jump on her own page to call out Justin and other white celebrities who she felt didn't have the guts to turn their comments on and see what their respective fan bases have to say about the post. Dedicated to Justin Timberlake and the white artist showing solidarity about Ahmaud Arbery but closing their comment/IG replies, Amanda said in the caption of a video she uploaded, "Ain't no half-stepping. This is how you ally. You get in the weeds with your fans who are also fans of racist rhetoric. #turn me on."
#turn me on.
Amanda sang a song about it over Teddy Pendergrass's Turn Off the Lights in the 3-minute video. And I'm not going to sing it because we just heard it. So, you know, me personally, I love Amanda Seales. I feel like sometimes her delivery is not the best, but 9 times out of 10, I am obsessed with Amanda Seales. I feel like she says what a lot of people are too afraid to say despite their celebrity. And she doesn't really care about the backlash that she faces because I think she raises a valid point. People like Justin Timberlake or let's say a Taylor Swift, let's get real white with it.
Okay.
In those comment sections, most people have a new set of courage on social media.
Yeah.
So in that, they'll say things that are extremely offensive, and in that, I imagine the celebrity would be compelled to respond. So what is the motivation that a white celebrity would have to cut off the comments if we're speaking about, you know, showing public outrage? You guys get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I hear you.
What are you guys' thoughts? Because you look a little in between the lines, which is fine.
I'll let Jay take it away. You want to say something on there?
Go ahead.
Y'all know I got a lot to say. I feel like, for me, I agree with Amanda. I definitely agree with Amanda. And I also agree with you, Eric, that I love Amanda and her ability to be so outspoken and to also make her ability to be outspoken entertaining. Like, that song was funny. It was creative. It was catchy. I think that's a huge talent, and so I do understand where she's going with it, and I actually have no opposition on this one. I really agree that, yes, turn your comments on. Let's see what your fan base feel about it. You are at the front for it. Don't just support me by posting a JPEG. The real change happened when the comments happen and people are engaging with that content, and people have the ability to really vocalize how they feel and show their true colors, and you actually stand behind it as, I guess, the superior and say, but this is really my stance on it. You can't just post a picture and feel like, okay, that was that. Yeah, I did my part. No, show us what your fan base thinks. Show us the people that buy your albums and make you number one and sell your singles. How do they feel? Let them put their, racist remarks, I'm sure, for people like Taylor Swift. No shade to that. I'm sure they're going to have some damn mighty comments. And so let's see them. I agree with her completely on that one.
I mean, I feel like it's not a sincere post when you do it like
right.
that, because if you truly were interested in it, you'd want to engage in those comments, which is why you turn it off, because you don't have any valid stance on it.
Mm-hmm.
You did it because your people told you to put up the post, and
yeah.
it helps your image and makes you look like you are with the shits and you're really not.
Right.
So, I mean, I commend Amanda for, being that voice that is not afraid to step up and call the bitch out.
But I do think it's a baby step. I will take it as a baby step. Like, them posting is a step in the right direction. We got some ways to go, as I'm sure we know, but them posting it alone, I'm happy with that step forward that we took, quote unquote.
Absolutely. Interesting that you said that, because the Broke Unicorn on my Instagram Live, very interesting name, by the way, said baby steps. They are just now understanding to go against the grain and actually stand up for what's right. Mm-hmm. Now, not posting at all, that's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
Fair enough. I'll meet you where you're at. But
see, I'd rather you not post at all.
Oh,
if it's not a sincere post.
Wow.
Yeah.
Be you. And I mean, you don't got to stunt for the cameras and shit.
Yeah,
because there has to be a motive for you to turn off your comments. Like now, what's the motive?
Because you have to go out of your way to do that.
You went out your way and you turned, but also you may be afraid of how your fan base actually may react to this. Because Justin Timberlake has come under fire a lot about being embraced by the black culture, but not always embracing our social justice issues and what's really going on in our community. So I think he saw this as a chance, like,
we were talking about Janet earlier, huh?
Yeah. So right. So I think he saw it as a moment. Okay, now I'm going to post something because I also stand with it. And I know where my core audience is, especially after Man of the Woods did not do too well because people forgot about it. So I think he was like, I'm going to post this. Now I see both sides of it. I see turn off the comments because you don't want the negativity to spew.
Right.
Like, you don't want negativity on your page. You don't want those notifications going off. You don't want to scroll down and see the hate that people actually have. You want to keep yourself away from that.
Because it's coming.
It's coming. And also, kids may follow Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that may follow, and you don't want that hate to be spread.
Yeah.
But also, like you said, it needs to be an open dialogue under that post. So people can see both sides, because a lot of times people don't know because they don't ask.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a lot of straight hair friends, and they may not have a lot of curly hair friends. So for straight hair people and curly hair people to talk in one conversation, it may be good for them. I commend JoJo, because she definitely made a beautiful long post, and her comments were turned on.
I'm not
comments.
So
JoJo has always been very vocal about where she stands within the black community and how she feels about it.
And she doesn't overdo it.
Right.
No.
I never feel like she is
pandering
or that she is trying to take from us
at all.
I feel like she just, I'm here. I know I'm a white Irish girl. I'm gonna sing these songs. I'm gonna get out the way.
You got to be brave within your brand. So if you're gonna start,
it's a huge stance.
Exactly. You got to, if you're gonna be a part of the conversation, then be a part of the conversation. You can't throw a rock of support and then hide.
Right.
So
that was good. I'm taking that one too. So number 4. Tekashi 6ix9ine breaks Instagram Live record with 2
number fucking 5.
I mean, I want to skip it my damn self, but I'm going to talk about it.
What was number 4 again? Sorry.
Tekashi 6ix9ine breaks Instagram Live record with 2 million views in first appearance since prison release. So Tekashi 6ix9ine has made an incredible comeback since his prison release, as he broke the Instagram Live record within 2 minutes of going live. Damn,
wow.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Y'all are thirsty. Bitches is parched. By stream end, he racked up over 2 million views in what was his first public appearance. Previously, the record was held by Teddy Riley and Babyface, who went head-to-head in their versus battle. Black people can't have shit.
Nothing.
hate to see it.
They're like, oh, a record?
Right. Let me come out and talk about nothing. After the rapper's release in early April due to COVID-19, he slowly made a return on social media, dropping off cryptic messages, inching him to today's historic event. A part of those messages, including a post stating, "I'm going live Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time," with the caption, "Let's get this party started. Don't get scared now." 2 days after, he announced the release of his comeback single. Is it Gooba? Gooba?
Don't know. Wouldn't know.
I listened to it. It's actually
Would not know.
It's not. That's besides the point. So
It's Gooba.
2 days after he announced the release of his comeback single Gooba, and accompanied it with a video just before going live. After crashing the platform, 6ix9ine successfully logged in, and as the live began, thousands of viewers flooded in. Within the first 2 minutes, the counter hit 1 million,
Wow.
and as the stream went on, he capped at over 2 million viewers.
Wow.
Throughout the live, Tekashi not only blasted all his haters, but apologized for snitching, providing all the reasoning, aka T, for his actions.
And his video, I think, hit like 16 million views in like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, it
Typical
didn't take much
bullshit,
time.
though. White man goes to jail, gets out, and still has the entire
Typical
world at his
bullshit.
fingertips.
Well, in
Typical
his
bullshit.
defense, he's Mexican.
Typical bullshit.
You know what we need to start doing again? We don't do
Typical bullshit.
the
Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Of the week number.
Right.
I hope y'all can hear that. He put a shut the fuck up sound.
I think that should be that for the week.
This is what the kids like, and you know, it's kind of the reason I've given up on this generation. I just like, it's not okay. Gooba wasn't a bad song. I will say that much because I'm not into shit like that. But it wasn't a bad song. It's just like
It's
I haven't even heard
it's
it.
a troll song.
It is.
It's perfect for it's the perfect comeback song from the situation that he was in.
What does he say on
It's
it?
basically him taunting the people that was like, you
Okay.
think I wasn't gonna be shit. Like, yeah, I went to jail. Yeah, I snitched. Now look at me. I still got money. I'm still about to make records. I'm still
Wow,
out here
he
doing
went on
it.
a record with that.
Yeah. So
Wow.
like,
made a video.
made a whole video.
Nice.
When I don't know because it's definitely COVID season. So I hope everybody was wearing hats, gloves,
So,
and
right.
In the
sanitizer
video,
and
he was
everything.
a rat?
He what is it? Digitized his
Yeah.
face into like a rat.
Wow.
He's taking pride.
Bold.
Yeah, definitely.
His team been plotting the
Whoa.
whole time you've been in jail.
whole time. You have to.
Yeah.
My thing with Tekashi, it's not even with Tekashi so much because you can only get away with what people let you. However, it's to the flip-floppy fan base, or not even fan base, just like people in general. Because I remember when he was in jail the whole time, it was like when he comes out, his career is dust. We not supporting no rap, blah 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 blah. Now I'm not a bitch of the streets. Do I like hood niggas? Absolutely. Did I play in the streets? Not like that. So
Not like that.
I personally don't care about him snitching or whatever the case may be. I just think that for as much shit as people were talking, these numbers,
Man.
what do
Man.
you bitches believe in?
I think we can go back to a previous episode, and I said when Tekashi comes out, he's going to have a #1 album. He's going to have a #1 song in America because of propaganda like this. But I also want to say,
The team is
You
great.
think Harriet Tubman was walking around with a fucking nice shiny fucking dress on with a fucking crown on her head when she was taking slaves?
To freedom!
She know what the fuck she
No.
was saying.
What a joke that people really want to engage with this guy's brand so much that 2 million people would flock and break
Yes.
an Instagram live
Let me tell
to
you
hear what he
something.
has to say after he got out of jail for ratting, quote unquote, on people.
Right.
And then what kind of world do we live in to where if a black man did this, if a black man ratted, quote unquote, because y'all know how the culture hates that so much. If a black man rats and got on live,
Let's strip it down to something even more simple than
Man.
that. Like, fuck all the legalities of it. If a black man was giving the same kind of brand that Tekashi is giving,
oh man,
he would not be as accepted.
free.
No.
He would not
No.
be free.
Yeah, no, hang it up, wrap it up.
I'm so
End it.
upset that people are trying to co-sign this whole King of New York. I'm like, please stop. It's a bad brand.
It's a
King of New York, and he's a rat. Stop.
Well,
Stop.
you know that's all they got you.
Well, I know we have a lot of rats, but like, come on.
Yeah, especially over in Brooklyn where you're from.
I'm from Queens, bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Queen.
Definitely Upper Manhattan.
Yeah,
Getting a
the
lot
The
of
look
Right.
on your face.
Because I'm so tired. It's either like, thank God it's not the fucking Bronx, but like, Jesus, Brooklyn ain't no better. Post gentrification either. Go to hell. You're from Indiana.
Proudly.
I also feel ignorant to the.
Proudly.
I also feel ignorant to the idea that is our legal system really set up to where if you quote unquote tell, you're let go as a free man?
Yes.
Even though you did the crime?
Because they look at it as the bigger picture. So, I mean, you're a small pawn on this table. If you give us a piece that's bigger than you, then
We just gonna let you out.
I mean, y'all know that from watching How to Get Away with Murder. Like that's how they navigate.
Educating and entertaining.
Look, I watch all the forensics files just in case some shit go down. I know how to get out.
Wow.
I know how to save myself.
That's unbelievable to me. Yeah, I mean, we robbed the bank, but here's the people who did it with me. Can I get 2 years and be let go? Sure. Tell us the people.
And where the money is.
I mean, in his defense, I'm personally not doing jail time for bitches that...
No, not
They kidnapped me, fuck my baby mama,
So is all of that
threatened to
true?
kill
I
me.
really don't engage with this
A lot of it is
at
true.
all.
A lot of it is
I
true.
am not
They
shocked
kidnapped
by
him.
that.
His team kidnapped him. His former manager was trying to set up a hit to kill him. They try to get money out of him. They try to extort him.
Wow.
They fucked his baby
What
mama.
kind of Showtime cinema shit is this?
I cannot wait for this Lifetime
How is it
TV
publicized that they fucked his baby mama?
Oh,
How do we
put
get
it
to
out
that
there.
point? Oh, they put it out there that we
Yeah.
fucked her baby.
Walls and
Who
shit.
is they? Who is the they that
I
we're
don't
talking
feel
about?
like it's
Sorry,
too much.
his former team?
People like the people who used to run the street, all the people he was racketeering with.
Wow.
There had to be a fall guy.
Got it.
And since he was the most popular,
Let's
they
take
was
you
gonna put
on
on
that.
him.
How dumb is that?
And they knew he was dumb because he's not really about that life.
At all. And that's my thing. He came back out talking the same hot shit on this song.
Yeah.
Talking about we gonna see you, ba-da-da-da-da. I'm like, you just... No. It's off-brand at this point.
No.
Like,
Some people don't
stop.
get enough until they dead, though. And
Yeah,
that's,
there
I'm
you
not.
go.
I wouldn't speak nothing on nobody's life. I'm not saying that, but it's like at some point you got to stop.
No, but some
What-
people are
it's
show
not
me
okay.
bitches. They got to be shown to.
Yeah.
And then this is the sad thing.
It's not okay.
He was almost dead. They kidnapped that
know.
man
They
and beat that
kidnapped him.
man. They could have killed him.
Kill him.
And then you come out and you do the same stuff.
Hey,
The kids,
Well,
man.
I don't care how much witness protection you think you under.
man.
It ain't that much.
Especially with the neighbors posting pictures of you on the balcony, taking pictures up. Now I did see that.
Yeah. And now he had to move.
Wow. Why do I know this much about him? It makes me sad.
Because
Next
he's being forced on us by social media.
Yes, he's
Oh,
being
throw it
spoon-fed
away.
to us.
There were about
Throw it
4
away.
consecutive posts on the Shade Room and the Neighborhood
The
Talk.
shit
Yeah.
that makes the
About-
shade room.
And now at this, I don't want to talk
Man.
about it.
Listen.
It's going to sound jaded. Number 5.
I just turned.
Ah.
Number 5.
Almost 20,000 Georgia teens have received their driver's license without a road test following Georgia's new guidelines in response to COVID-19.
Do y'all want to go to Georgia and get a driver's license?
Well, I have a license. It's just
Right.
suspended.
I got a fake one. He owed me $70, but we're not gonna get into that on the radio.
Oh shit!
He never gave
That's
it to
still
me.
a thing,
It's
huh?
still a thing. Never gave it to me.
Blessed be the
Wow. Is it the tattoo artist?
Because
Because that would be full circle.
no, it's not
Oh,
the
okay.
tattoo
Is
artist.
that the tattoo?
fruit. Oh man.
So many were shocked to learn of a new Georgia guideline put in place as a response to the coronavirus outbreak, allowing teen drivers to obtain their driver's license without taking the road test. Well, as expected, thousands of teens have taken advantage of the new requirement and are now officially licensed Georgia drivers.
Don't go outside in Georgia. Y'all can get hit by a car, run over
Right.
curbs, stray dogs, cats, raccoons,
At
red
CNN
clay
report-
patches.
Right. Oh, that's important. That's
Not the
important.
clay again. Not the clay again.
As CNN reports, when the coronavirus hit the U.S., Georgia decided to combat the backlog of thousands of road test requests from teen drivers by stripping away the mandatory road tests needed to obtain a state driver's license. Fast forward a few weeks, and almost 20,000 Georgia teens, 19,483 to be exact, are now licensed to drive in the state of Georgia.
19,000?
483.
Wow. No road test.
Yeah, they've never been tested behind the wheel. So if you're wondering about the process for
careful.
obtaining a license for the first-time driver without a road test, here it is. Teen drivers must have held their learner's permit for a year and a day with no violations and completed at least 40 hours of supervised driving. From there, all they are now required to do is take the written test, pass it, and then apply for their license online.
Wow.
Naturally,
Okay.
many Georgia residents
Okay.
Naturally, many Georgia residents are outraged regarding the new guideline because they say that it is very dangerous, especially on the highly overcrowded state highways. Georgia is not the only state deciding to waive road tests for the foreseeable future, as Wisconsin has also put similar measures in place. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation estimates that out of 16,000 road test requests that have been on hold, its new state program will officially allow 10,000 of those requests to be eligible to waive taking the road test. Meanwhile, Sarah Casto, a driving instructor at First Stop Georgia Driving Academy, recently created an online petition to get Georgia Governor Brian Kemp to change his decision on waiving road tests, saying, "Everyone's response is always that parents should be responsible for their kids, but we can't assume that everyone has responsible parents. That is a dangerous idea." Casto recently stated in an interview with local media outlets, "As of right now, there is no word on when the driving test requirements will go back to normal." So basically, all you Georgia bitches and the gays is dead.
And the gays are dead. What's the logic behind it? So is the idea that like, hey, you'll never be able to take the road test anytime soon because of COVID? So let's just give you your license.
Basically,
because where they going?
Nowhere.
I don't know where they're
going.
No fucking way.
Y'all can wait. Y'all been doing it all these years.
Yeah. Well, I guess since they say that you have to have your permit for a year and a day and 40 supervised hours. Granted, I don't know how you supervised, how you say that those
I used
hours
to
are
write
actually
those
No,
on
I was just
papers.
going to say, you don't really have to
Okay.
prove that shit.
You
I would write
don't.
that shit in so quick and turn it in.
Because I never did that. I never had a. Well, I got my license late. I didn't get my license until I was 25.
25.
Yeah, I got my driver's license at 25 years old.
wow.
I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 11, so I've always been a late bloomer.
Oh, poor baby.
I'm a child.
You didn't get your license till you were 25.
I know. So, like, for me, I took the I got my permit, and then, like, probably, like, 3 weeks later, I went back and got my license.
Okay.
So, I never had, like, log hours. It also was in Kentucky, so, granted. Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that a dirt eating state too?
Kentucky doesn't eat dirt, but they just country.
Okay.
Kentucky.
It's not as country as the Deep South, but it is country.
Okay.
It gets there.
When you guys took your driver's test, did you pass the first time?
Hell no.
Yes.
I failed the written exam twice, and then I had to take traffic
Wow.
3 times.
Damn, Jay.
All right, calm down.
Well, what the fuck
Wow.
were
What
you
did you
doing?
keep failing on?
I was a distracted 16-year-old.
Wow.
Oh,
Jay,
you were
where did you
16.
park? Because it might be hard for you to get out the parking lot. I got to be sure that I move my car before you.
Okay. Skip. Boom.
No,
Curves.
Him waving.
Bye.
Bye,
See y'all later.
guys. See y'all later.
Yeah, no, it took me that amount of times, and
Wow.
then I didn't even really start officially driving until I was like 19. So I had my license at 16, but I didn't get a car until I was 19.
Okay.
Wow, you guys got me reflecting. I'm like, LaVelle, when did you get your license? I got my license at 18. I remember it very vividly, yes. Because I went back on winter break, and then I've never done anything. I took like what was the requirement in Chicago that you did in your high school? We had to take a driver's class in high school and fake log hours, but I never really
And
did
then
none
either
of
your
it.
high
Wow,
school
that's
offered
really
traffic,
advanced.
you had to go somewhere else and take
Right, and they didn't offer traffic, so I never done traffic or anything.
Wow.
Wait.
And so I
time
just
out.
went to take the
Time
test,
out.
and I passed everything on the first
Y'all
try.
had a traffic class?
Yeah, that was like
that comes after the written.
It
class,
comes your
'cause you
junior
take the
year.
written class through your high school.
yeah. I took the written through my
Yeah.
high school.
New York would never.
Indiana would never.
We know how to dodge bullets.
That's why Chicago people are such good drivers.
Honestly,
I mean,
though.
well, some of
That's
them.
probably why y'all
Most of
angry.
us, yeah.
Y'all angry people.
People say
Yeah.
shit all the time. We're not angry.
Y'all
we
are
just
very aggressive, angry
have
drivers.
zero tolerance for certain things.
Do you
Yeah.
think we're?
A little bit.
Am I angry? Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be going.
rover.
I'll be going
Greg
the
is
fuck
like,
off.
yes, yeah, I'll be going
I'll be going
off.
off.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because y'all took the class in high school. Now y'all think you're professionals.
Right.
I mean,
At
well,
16.
Been driving my whole life.
Okay, been driving my whole life.
My friends still tell me I can't drive.
I
I
can
just have my own way of
I'm
doing
talking about I can believe it.
Wow.
5 tries. Don't forget
5 tries. Okay.
That was a
Traffic,
lot.
2 written.
Wow.
I aced mine on the first try though.
I
I
thought
did.
this was a safe space.
Well,
It is a safe
Sorry,
space.
sorry,
It
safe.
is.
I don't
It's when
feel
you're in the
safe.
car that
It
it's
is
not
a
a safe space.
It is a safe
Right.
space, but that does not
It's
mean
safe.
there's no judgment.
Right. No, I passed it on the first time.
Yeah, me too.
My
Check.
my written test I had to take twice, but my driver's test I would have failed it, but I'm always so nice to the people that they just pass me.
I could see that happening too.
That's
I
a
talk to
fucking
them all the time.
liability.
That
Fuck your
happens.
I talk to them all the
personality.
time. I talk to them all the time. That's why I talk to all like if
Wow.
you cut my hair, I'm gonna talk to you. Do my tattoos, I'm gonna talk to you. Everything I'm trying to fix my phone, I'm talk to you because they passed me. So I would have failed because 2 things. One is Kentucky. So you know when you had to 3-point park or like
Yeah.
parallel park.
Mm-hmm.
I went and the sidewalk ended. So she was like, park over there. So it's nothing but grass. So when I went in, the tire came in the grass a little bit. And she said that would have been an automatic fail.
Wow.
And
I can see
then
that.
when we was going to over the train tracks, she said I didn't roll down my window.
Why do y'all do
Why?
that?
So I never understood that. I remember taking the school bus as a kid, and the bus driver will always open up
So
the
you can
door on
hear
the
the
track.
train. Because you may not be able to see it, but you may be able to hear it.
Oh, I would fail that day. Yeah, I would.
So I did. She said that was another automatic fail, but
Interesting.
I'm gonna.
Okay,
give you
yeah,
a-
that was passive.
I don't even get it. Who the fuck is driving? Helen Keller? Look, if you can't see the train, it's either way. I don't think you should be pushing the wheel. Like, does that sound so off? What? Roll down the window so you can hear it.
Roll
Bitch, why
down
don't
the
you
windows.
see
This is some
Shit,
real
driving in Braille. Y'all see that Braille sign over there? I never understood that. No. Real talk. Somebody please explain this to me. When y'all go into the like apartment buildings or like a public place, and y'all see the signs and it say like man, female, like room 577, it always has like the Braille under it.
Yeah.
how the hell the blind people gonna see the sign to feel the braille?
You feel, I guess. You feel your way around.
So they just walking, dirting up the walls like this the whole time?
I mean,
they rubbing their hand against the wall.
What else?
I'm talking about kinda. That's how it goes.
I thought that was so confusing.
I think it makes sense because I mean, like after this is a horrible reference point, but like Ray putting his hand against speakers to listen to music, I guess is very touch based, and all of your other senses are heightened because you can't see. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna close my eyes and walk around and see if I find something.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're clumsy and you also don't
know
have
I'm
the heightened
very
senses,
clumsy.
so good luck.
I'm so clumsy.
That's fine.
I have 2 cuts on my legs right now, like brand new ones.
I would literally like I would be
So bad.
shook if I was driving with somebody and like we were going on the train tracks and they like stopped. It was like, hold on, I gotta raise down my windows. I'd be like, what are you
I never had to do
doing?
that.
Right, this ain't the time,
This
sweet.
ain't the time. Can you come on? Can we make it across?
Right.
But that goes to show everybody drives so different. Man, I get into cars with some people and I'll be like, what the hell
Oh yeah,
are you doing?
Mhm.
Get me out
Absolutely.
immediately.
like
Yep.
just swoom, swoom, lane changes.
Yeah.
My God.
Like,
It's
where
like,
we
where
going?
did you get your license from? The Fast and Furious Academy?
Yeah.
From
Vin Diesel.
Atlanta.
Or Georgia.
Man, or
Right,
Georgia.
Georgia and Atlanta, where they don't require you to do shit.
Yeah. Makes sense. But that was all for bitch. You better read.
Love it.
All right, guys. Now it is time for our wonderful time of the day where we say it is time for the topic.
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
I don't want to miss
All
it.
right. Where you gotta go?
No. This coffee's killing me, though.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm listening now.
Go ahead. All right. It happens all the time. Chris had to take a shit one time in the middle of the show.
Yikes, Chris is going to be upset
I know.
that you shared that.
I know, but oh well, it
It's
happens. So, the topic of the day. Seeing that we have all of us are creators, and we're black creatives here. And there was a conversation that was being had before about our art and how we portray ourselves in arts and how we push our art out. And the conversation kind of like, are we helping or hurting the culture with our projects? So a lot of times, for instance, I'm a big fan of Insecure. I think that it's a great depiction of millennial living in your late 20s, early 30s, navigating life, career, love, and all that stuff. But then we also have people who shun Tyler Perry because they say his things are super dramatic.
Okay.
They say they're unrealistic. Or things like Lee Daniels. They say that he's also very dramatic and only plays on the sad part of the African American experience. And never talks about the happiness or the joys that come in the duality of it all. So the topic today, since we do have 2 people who have web series, New to WeHo that LaVelle has, and Mad, and you're also working on a new series. So I wanted to know from you guys' perspective, how do you feel about black creatives? Are we actually pushing the culture forward, or are we hindering the culture?
I'll let y'all start.
I think it just depends on the black creative and what your story is. So while there's a few of us out there, I don't always agree with the standpoint that some take, but I respect it and I get it to some degree. I think for me, I always try to show black people in a diverse light. So when I write my web series, or even when I'm writing music, like I try to put together a story that's relatable, that's realistic, and where you can like see yourself reflected in it. And I don't always think that certain individuals do that. I don't want to start trying to bash nobody's name.
No, I get what you're saying. That's fair.
To the question, and sorry, you guys know I had that coffee, so I had to run to the restroom really quick. The question was, do we hinder or are we...
When we're telling these experience of the African American journey,
Right.
are we doing it from a one-sided point of view, or are we actually helping, or are we hurting?
Oh, I think this is the reason why writers' rooms are so important. This is the reason why, like me being, I guess, up-and-coming storyteller, I understand more and more the importance of a writer's room, but not just any writer's room, like a diverse writer's room. Like I want my writer's room to look like all walks of life, because when I write, I can honestly say a lot of times I struggle with not being too subjective based on my experiences. And so when I look back, because I'm sure you know, when you write, there's drafts that go into writing. I'm writing a short film right now. It looks completely different from the first time I wrote that. And so a lot of times I have to go back and be sure that I'm not telling it so perspective based, because that's when I think you really hurt the audience. But a lot of times too, there's power in perspective. Like me as a gay black man, I'm always going to have that perspective. Like you can tell that impact in my storytelling. You can tell in my writing that I find it important because that's a perspective that's not being told. And so I honestly think like any perspective is important. I know people say this all the time, like Tyler Perry's hurting the culture and he's doing this and he's doing that. I completely disagree always. I feel like he has his moments, yes, and I know it can feel like that, but I definitely feel like I can point to any Medea, I can point to any of his character in real time life, and I think that representation is important. Now where we hinder ourselves is where it's kind of like it becomes stereotypical when you see it too much. Like, I don't want to always see this. That is not all that we look like. And so I think diverse storytelling is important. That's how we really get past being so stereotypical at times, because that is what hurt us. If we see the same image over and over again, of course you're going to be like, okay, that's black people. Like, got it. But when we start to put out, I heard you reference Insecure, but when we start putting out stories like Insecure, or we have stories, I would say it's Atlanta, or even 20s. Lena Waithe 20s
is so amazing.
20s is such a fresh, unique perspective of a black journey, up and coming storyteller. It has its freshness, its uniqueness, and it's a much needed perspective. So I think when we have more of us telling stories, that's when I don't even think it's possible to really, well, it's possible to hurt us, let's not say that, but I think it definitely helps to not see, and we'll keep going to Tyler Perry because I know he's the big, but we won't always go to Tyler Perry and say like, you're hurting us so bad, you're doing us so wrong, because we have other people that are telling other sides of stories.
And I think that we forget that Tyler Perry is one type of storyteller.
Exactly. Right.
And
precisely.
What we have to do is give Tyler Perry his flowers, because he's opened up the doors for the Issa Rae.
How could you
He's
not?
opened up the doors for Lena Waithe.
How could
he's
you
opened
not?
up the doors for all these up-and-coming writers,
Wow.
because without him, there would not be black. Okay, so as we know, blacks in media and television go in waves. So we had the black renaissance of the 90s when we had Spike Lee directing all the very serious and very like black-centric movies. Then we had the sitcoms. So we had Living Color and Living Single, and we had Martin, and we had All in the House, and we had Parenthood. We had all those great black sitcoms because it was a black renaissance. And then it kind of fizzled away. Until Tyler Perry said, you know what, let me bring back these Chitlin Circuit plays and let me make theater, because black people weren't going to theater like we used to. Back in the 80s with Dreamgirls, Ain't Misbehaving, all those great black musicals that y'all probably never even heard of.
Say it.
That's like, wow, like what are those? So Tyler Perry brought back the black renaissance of the theater and then translated that into television. And I think what we forget is that he's a child of the theater. And in theater, the first thing I learned in theater is everything is 10 times bigger than you, because you have to put it to the back of the room. So that's what you have to yell at the back of the room. Your actions have to be to the back of the room. The outfits have to be to the back of the room. The makeup has to be to the back of the room. The wigs have to be to the back of the room.
The fucking wigs, the
wigs have to be to the back of the room.
The dramatics.
The wigs are problematic, if we're being fair.
So he comes from that theater background and the full transformation of a character. And I think that's why we look at some of his art and it's like, what the fuck is this, Tyler? But it's also, if it was on the stage, you'd be like, damn, that was a good ass play.
But the point is that it's no longer on the stage.
I know. So he has to pull it back a little bit. But I think that I appreciate Tyler and also appreciate Lena and Issa, because they are showing different types of black people.
Right.
My friend Toy, who does The Weekender with me, she was saying that one of her friends was talking about Jordan Peele and saying that they didn't like Us or Get Out because it did not speak to the black community. He said they left some black people out. And I refuted that by saying black people don't all come from the same place.
Right.
That's hindering us as a culture if you keep thinking that. I'm from Indiana.
Right.
I'm nowhere from the hood.
Right.
But if you look at my brother, you probably think that nigga from West Side Chicago. Probably shoot
real.
somebody up.
Yeah.
But we come from the same family. So Jordan Peele's films appeal to different layers and levels of African American experience. Like, I've never dated a white girl, but I thought that Get Out was a good depiction of what it may have been like, or what it may feel like going into an experience dating a straight hair person. So, and then with Us, I think it was a different levels that made you think. It was not just about the black experience, but it was about homelessness. It was about socioeconomical statures and things like that. It's different levels. So if you don't look at it like that and you're just looking for a Boys in the Hood type movie, or you're just looking for something that's going to automatically connect without getting you to think,
right,
then watch a Tyler Perry movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That was good.
I feel like Tyler, he does get a lot of shit. I think some of it is warranted just because I think for me, I wanted to see more growth from Tyler. So it's one thing to have your own niche of writing and to be that off the chitlin circuit kind of writer or director, whatever. But I never saw Tyler grow past a certain point. Like, he started really strong with shit like Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Why Did I Get Married? All things that showed black people in a different light with a different kind of storytelling. But then you do something stupid like Acrimony. And I feel like all his movies start to mimic that same sentiment. Battered Black Woman, or just, I don't know. It all follows that same recipe, and I get tired of saying that because there's so many more sides to us. I get that people go to him for that, but challenge yourself. Like, I would love to see Tyler challenge himself to do something not so
gimmicky,
parody-ish. Everything he does feels like a parody now, and I don't take him seriously anymore.
Even A Fall from Grace?
I didn't watch it on purpose.
Didn't watch it either.
I'm tired of being disappointed by Tyler.
I heard it was really good. It was just the wig was distracting.
Did you not watch?
I did not watch.
I was impressed because it's something that I didn't expect from Tyler Perry. I thought it was Battered Black Woman, maybe a distressed black woman. Not so much Battered Black Woman, but I think that it took a different lane from what he's used to. It kind of had me on the edge of my seat towards the end because I was like, oh, I didn't see this movie taking this twist. Just when you feel like you know what's going to happen, it doesn't happen that way. The wigs, fucking bad.
I love a good twist. Like, I always love to see something unexpected pop up in anything that I watch. But I think it's all about the way that you execute it. Because I watch a white director or writer do something corny as fuck that works. And it's all because of the way that they executed it. And then Tyler will do something very similar, and I'm just like, nigga, really? So I think I don't know, it's a fine line between, I don't know.
I know what you. I feel like this is. I agree with you what you're saying. Not to say like I feel like I could never be disappointed with Tyler Perry. I mean, he just opened like the black mecca for studios, the biggest to ever do it. Like I just can't be disappointed in him. But I do feel a level of disappointment now because he has so much at his fingertips. This man practically owns BET at this point. So I'm like, okay, where is the I guess the continuing of almost like bringing in new storytellers. This is the bullet that I have to bite sometimes. Like, for example, Lena Waithe, I feel like at the forefront of her brand, reason why I'm obsessed, reason why that is like the guru right now to me is because also at the forefront of her brand is giving back and putting emphasis on the importance of developing new African-American storytellers and why that's so important. And I think she speaks in and breathes. She has this mentoring program. She has like the Hillman Grant Productions where she brought us all together for the premiere of her 2 black shows on BET. And I feel like with Tyler Perry, what I struggle with is I don't get that same sense from him. And I'm sure he's doing it behind the scenes. I am not saying that. But to know, like, I just seen an interview with him where he said he has no writers' rooms, where like his fan base knows his stuff, and when he tried to do opposite, it didn't do well, so he's going to stick to almost like his algorithm. That's where I have a problem, because I agree with you in terms of like to grow. Now we need some perspectives. You have so much at your fingertips, Tyler Perry. It's like you have to start really pushing yourself further, and you have to start giving back. You have to realize, all right, I can't do this all by myself, and that's why it's coming out sloppy. That's why these new productions are giving very like, I don't know if y'all seen, he has a show on BET. I only see it because it's always right before like Boomerang Sisters. That stage looks like a play. Like it is just it is the worst sound stage I've had to see.
I haven't watched it.
Probably like in the back lot of his sound.
It feels like a back lot.
As writers and creators, what do you want people to take from your shows when you write, or when you're in that writing room, or when you're on set and you're creating these stories? What is that you want them to take from not only the African American experience, but from just the human experience?
I think I always strive to inspire. Like the underlying tone of everything that I do is to inspire, to inform and inspire. So with Mad, it of course is a reflection of my life and when I moved here and I worked for Fox and I was the only black person, whatever. So yes, I highlighted some of the challenges I had going through those phases, but it was always to inspire somebody who was going through the same shit that I went through, because I'm not the only person that works for like a major company, and you have to deal with the political bullshit of being black. And then you also have to inform those who aren't aware, like, of what goes on in the corporate America for a black millennial. So, like I said, that inform and inspire thing is always my recipe. And of course, throw in little tidbits of funniness so that people relate to it more, but it's always circled around that for me.
Right. I think for me, and like, so I have a production company called Stern Productions. Very, when I look at it, and even down to like my things like my new logo that was just done, and even down to like when I'm writing scripts, and even down to like my non-scripted stuff, I always want to find a way to kind of give a voice to a community that I feel like is voiceless. Like, I find that very important to me. So not even just in terms of like black people, I'm saying like even in terms of like, I feel like transgenders are such a community that I feel like even before Pose, I was ignorant to. If I could create a show that take away the ignorance like how Pose did to a transgender community, that is always my goal. And it's tough. It's tough to really push yourself and say like, this was not, almost like what you're saying, I agree, this was not inspiring. This didn't change my perspective on anything. It was just entertaining. And that's when I'm like, oh, okay, then this wasn't good. Like, if it didn't make you think like, whoa, okay, I didn't even think about it like that, or wow, I couldn't even see that character being this, then I didn't write it well. I want my writing, and I'm probably talking more scripted now, before my writing, it has to be something that for me, like, and I'll go back to my personal experience. Empire, I know I laugh at, not really laugh at it now, but Empire, when it first came out, Jussie Smollett character Jamal impacted me in ways that I honestly wasn't even prepared for. I wasn't out the closet yet when that show came out. I was coming out of the closet with that. And to see that representation on national television and him be supported in a black family, that impacted me so much. And I understand now that that's been some of my biggest goals when I write. Like, if one person see it on YouTube, if one person see it on Instagram, and it pushed them a little further within whatever their journey is, or it changed a little bit of their ignorance, or it invoked a little different perspectives on a certain community, then I did my job. And that's what I find myself really wanting to do.
Yeah, no, Empire was on to something for sure. And
Empire was on to
something. I
something.
got so annoyed with Empire by the time they made it midway through, because don't start that strong and then disappoint. Same goes to
was so
Perry.
good.
Don't start that strong. Don't have this big of a platform and you misuse it for the sake of having foolery.
But how do you do that? How do you stay fresh? I guess, and I'm talking now to all of us as black creators. Like, how do you, because this is what I struggle with. This is the reason why I'm like, I feel like honestly on what people would say my fourth show now, because for me, once I felt like, oh, this ain't as impactful, I lose my own passion for the project. That's what I want to work through. I want to work through that passion where, all right, I've done it. Like, we're at the top with this one. How do you keep going? And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with. They don't bring in the fresher people. Period.
Stop when you need to
stop. When you need to stop. Shake shit up when you need to.
Don't just keep creating shit for the sake of saying, "Oh, I'm staying relevant." I'm creating shit.
Right.
When I need to stop, I stop, and whether that's for a month or 2 months to like rejuvenate the way I'm writing and I'm thinking. But you can't just keep pumping out shit to say, "Oh, I'm doing it," because then it starts looking a mess.
Yeah.
I think it's also important that you keep talking about human experiences.
Yes.
I think sometimes as writers, they want to go for the shock value, and that overtakes the human experience of it all. People are going to connect because they have a similar experience in it. It could be as simple as going on a first date and some shit going wrong, or your car done broke down, now you done missed a job interview. That stuff's still good because it resonates with people.
Right.
I don't really care, like this last season of Empire, that Andre has his brother that died a long time living in his head, and now he's taking over his mental, and now he can't function because every time he tries to do something, he takes over. I don't have that type of things in my life. But the mental illness part was a good thing. But it was just taken too far. Yeah. It didn't need all the dramatics. Yes, Andre could have a mental disability. I won't say disability. He can have a illness. Thank you, or disorder. But we don't have to see his brother that died be the evil person. Like, that made it more dramatic, and it took away from the seriousness of what actually was going on. And I think when you just stick to actual human interaction and human experiences, we stick around. Like, Insecure is doing so good in its 4th season because it's human experience.
And it's
Right.
coming from an honest place.
Yes.
When you are a creator, you have to keep that in mind. You like if it's not your real life, then don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to bring it out the right way, and people are gonna be able to read through your bullshit real quick.
Exactly.
And so anytime I put my pen to paper or finger to a damn a keyboard,
Right.
And how old are you again?
I'm just keeping in mind to tell my story because that's the only one I can tell.
Yeah,
which is important.
that is good. Because I've been seeing some mixed reviews on Insecure. I mean, I personally stan, but they were like, these last few episodes have been pretty boring, and I'm just like,
What?
because you want her life to take some real random ass approach that it hasn't taken. Like,
I think they're funny. I think they're well written.
I love it because it's relatable. I love that Issa's always like in some shit without it being like an Andre. Like it doesn't have to be the end of the world, but it's like if in that moment these little things feel like we're getting to the end of the world, and it's very relatable content. So I get what you guys are saying, and I think that I'm with you.
But as a young black creative, and I have to say, what Issa did, it looks easy, but that is hard. That is hard in this industry to put at the forefront, basically a black lady going through life. That's what Insecure goes.
Yeah.
Do we get how mega this is for this show to be so successful on HBO? It gives us young black creatives hope. It has inspired. It has really started what I feel like we're in another renaissance. We are currently in another renaissance because now the door is back open. That is the toughest thing as black creatives. Like, I feel like for me, I don't have, I guess, the privilege of just writing. I don't have the privilege of, oh, this is a great idea in my head, LaVelle, just write it, sadly. I struggle with, no, that's not good enough. Like, LaVelle, that's a good idea, but like, Bob can write that, and I'm sure he'll get a deal with Fox. Like, he can do that. We have to go above and beyond, or somehow find that perfect niche, that perfect market, kind of like Issa did. And I think I love this show, and why this show will always be successful is because it has an algorithm that is still inspiring people. It's a journey we need to see. It's something that we need to watch. But as a black creative, when I write, I can say sometimes I question if, well, shit, I'm not in a place where people just want to see a black gay boy walk around. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that's what Insecure is. Not to say that what Issa Rae is doing.
No, but it makes
I'm not
sense.
saying that, but I'm saying that is a huge struggle for us black creatives.
But
and
you
watching it, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But we've watched. I know I've been a fan of Issa since Awkward Black Girl, and I found about Awkward Black Girl back in 2000.
I love when people say that.
10.
Yeah.
Like I remember when she was like doing that. When Issa didn't look like Issa, if you see Awkward Black Girl, she didn't look like
Right.
Issa. So I think sometimes we forget that was her journey. She probably started with 10 views,
Right.
and then as soon as it started picking up, and now we see
That's
the
how it
glow up
goes.
of Insecure.
That's what I was just
So
Yeah.
to say like yes, we are in a renaissance of black excellence and in black writing and things. We have to start with our smaller platforms
Yes.
and use what we have
Emphasis on
to continue to do it. Because the only thing that got Issa to where she's at is because she continued to do it.
Yeah.
Like if she would have stopped out there, Awkward Black Girl, and was like, oh well, this
Yeah.
is it. We never would have got Insecure.
Right.
Yeah.
So like even like when we're in that creative process, like I don't know how many people are watching this. I don't
Yes.
know. Am I getting a like? I don't
Yes.
know who's sharing it. We're getting
Right.
so caught up with these algorithms. It does not matter how many people have watched it. It matters who watched it,
Right.
because it can get in the hands of the right person, and they be like, you know what? I see something in this. Let's develop this. Let's take this and let's do this and let's do that. And they may be able to push it out to and move it to another thing. Like I love Giants. I don't know if y'all seen Giants
Love
on
Giants.
YouTube.
Iconic.
That is one of my favorite
Yes.
YouTube series, and it's
Speak
on
on it.
Issa Rae's network. Now Jay Bland, he was doing it by himself, and then she picked it up and was like, you know what? Let's put on this and let's push it out.
Even down to people like JR.
Yeah.
JR, and I'm so glad you said this, JR did like easily, and I don't want to be so dramatic, but I'm going to say, I know he did at least 5 projects.
Yeah.
5 projects, and we know like, and he wasn't doing baby projects. I'm talking about like his big projects, like Real On, this is a web series, this is a short film. He had his tries, and this is what I tell myself all the time, and a lot of people ask me, like, you know, coming up in the industry, well, how do you stay so motivated, or how was it like to keep going, or why did you do this show, why did you do that? My most recent one, it's a non-scripted thing. I do like this quick, fun, behind-the-scenes thing on my Instagram. It came to me because I felt like I had a natural, I guess, entertaining ability, and I wanted to see what it looked like. That's all it was. So it started on YouTube. I did it on YouTube. I maybe did like 3 episodes of this show, honestly, guys, and it just didn't feel right to me. I couldn't get into the rhythm, but I still knew. I kept that in the back of my head. So then I went on to do a web series. That web series worked. I learned so much from it, but it didn't feel like, sadly, New to WeHo also didn't feel like, okay, this is also where I didn't align myself, I guess, really with the next level that I felt like I should be at.
Okay.
And so sadly, what I had to do was keep creating and keep reinventing and keep doing this. So now we're here now with an Instagram series. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's such a big process. I went from YouTube, I went to scripted, and then I went to Instagram, and now I'm doing like basically, I don't know, how-to funny tutorials. But for me, it's all a part of my creative process. Each project that you do, and I'm basically really speaking to my black creatives, trust me, each project that you do, although it may feel, or if you feel like, oh, it's not really there, oh, it's not really that, put it out, work on it, create it, because I'm telling you, something's going to come from it. If I didn't do the LaVelle Show on YouTube, I would have never gotten to this algorithm that I'm doing on Instagram. If I didn't do New to WeHo, I would have never got to producing, a $15,000 short film. It's all in a part of the process, and I think what we see, sadly, in this day and age, especially with things like Instagram and like having successful black people, we think it's going to be rapid. I moved to LA really thinking like, I'm a cute guy, I can figure this shit is no joke. I've been here for 2 years and I am nowhere near where I thought I would be.
Nothing prepares you for this shit.
Oh my God.
And so when you watch others who are doing what you want to do and are in that same space, I respect people so much more now that I've done it. Because it's to put something together as simple as a web series, you would think it's nothing because it's a fucking web series. It takes so much work and planning, and I've learned so much in the last 4 years of doing this shit. Every time I touch a new project, I learn something different about myself as a creator. Something that I'm lacking, something that I'm super strong at, and like you have to, like you said, you have to keep creating.
Seriously.
Otherwise, if you put something out and expect to get that instant gratification, number one, it's never going to happen. And you are taking away from your journey. You are cutting off pieces of your journey that you need. And so I'm learning to respect the journey so much more now.
You know what else is a big part of the journey, guys? And I'm just finding this out. Really surrounding yourself with other creators. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds so cliche. But when I wasn't surrounding myself with creators, when I didn't have people around me that understood the process, it really made me feel like shit when I put out something and they had so much to say or so much this or so much like, you should be here or you should be there. When I started putting myself around creators, they were like, wow, I know you spent 10 hours of editing on that little 4-minute Instagram video. At least 10 hours of editing. Or they're like, wow, that lighting was really good, as opposed to some people who weren't creators. And this is nothing to nobody. I'm not throwing any dirt on anybody's name. But when you're not surrounded by that community, when you're not surrounded by people who know the process, can respect the process, can keep you going, that also really hinders you. So go as far as like just following other black creators on Instagram. That's what I started doing. I'm like, seeing somebody else do it will keep me inspired, because this journey is such a long one. It is a really long one. And so that's another big point that I also wanted to reference, is like, really surround yourself with creators. Emphasis, it don't even have to be black creators, honestly. If that's your thing, go for it. But just put yourself around people who are doing stuff that you inspire to do. Put it on your timeline, put it around you. Watch YouTube stations that inspire you. Watch the short platforms as well, because the Issa Rays are a long process. They made it. They've done the groundwork. And don't think that that's just a click, boom, bam. You need to really understand it.
It's rarely like that for anybody. And I saw this post the other day, and I thought it was really good. It was saying, don't focus on making the content that gets likes and things like that. Make the content that you want to be known for. And I was like, that's so powerful, because a lot of times, like, I'll post things and it'll really stick. Like, a lot of people liked when I was doing like the fake baby mama videos about Jadena and the baby. Like, they like to see me rant about men that are clearly not my men. And I'm like, well, this is taxing mentally, because they're not my men too. I don't
false hope. And also, like, what if this doesn't translate correctly, where it's like I get the wrong type of backlash from them, and then it's like now my brand is in the light for the wrong reason, and it's like, to work that off, I don't want that. So for me, it was like, damn, do I keep doing this because people like it, or do I like pull back because it doesn't feel right anymore?
Oh, Eric,
that's exactly how I felt when I first started doing things for a certain institution. And I was like, okay, this is nice because I have the exposure. But when I look back and they do my Today Show reel and they go back through the journey of Kelvin, will I say that I'm totally happy with this part of my journey? Will I be able to say, yes, I can stand firm on this project and say, you know what, when I did this project, I was so proud of that. So I had to take that and do it my way and make sure that it's not coming off because it's really easy when you're in entertainment news and you're black and you're gay, they automatically want you put you as the black, gay, messy person on the panel,
right?
Instead of someone who has an informed opinion about certain things,
right?
So I find it hard to kind of teeter that line of, yes, I'm doing entertainment news, but I'm also going to give you a perspective that's not going to be messy but informative,
right?
And also going to give you something to laugh, because Tyler Perry says it best: if I can make you laugh, I can make you cry, I can make you think. So just like with this show, we can make you laugh, we can come to topics like this, we can make you think. So I think it's all about that spoonful of sugar with the medicine.
Being in a constant state of knowing your brand safety.
Exactly.
And it's fun. I struggle with that often. I struggle with it more this year than ever because doing shit. So not only do I write shows and stuff, but I also am a songwriter and singer. And so I'm honest in my songs, like I'm openly gay, well, without directly addressing it, like in my videos and shit, like it's always there. But I had to be mindful of that, and I had to ask myself, like, do you want to be known as the gay singer or a singer that just so happens to be gay? And I have to be. It's a thin line. You teeter with that. And so I'm always aware that I'm always thinking, like, damn, am I blocking myself in? Like, if I were to get signed today, would they make me the gay singer?
Are you going to be the Sam Smith evolution?
And that's not what I want. I just want to be authentic in the work that I put out and honest with people, but I don't want that to be the epicenter of what I do, because there's so much more than that.
But I totally agree with that. Like this, yes, I agree. But and I'm probably asking all of us certain things about me I can't hide, but I find myself like that's not marketable. You know what I'm saying? Like me being gay, I scream it from the rooftops at this point. I can't hide that, honestly. And a lot of times I'll go back and forth with almost like, you got to measure how much you want to give people.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to be like, all right, I want to be this gay today.
Right.
It's so sad, but you honestly got to do it. And once I was aware of that, I do agree that you can find the algorithm, but you also make a big risk because we already have a number of things that we're going to be known for.
Right.
Because I think what the media tends to do and what the industry tends to do is to make gay a personality trait,
right?
Not an orientation.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what bothers me. I am gay because I like men.
Right.
I'm not gay because I'm flamboyant.
Right.
I'm not gay because I like, although I have on short shorts today, because I like to wear these skimpy clothes. I'm just all out there doing whatever.
Right.
It's because it's an orientation, not a personality trait. And when I approach projects and when I try to tell a story or when I do a self-tape or go to these auditions and stuff like that, yes, I do want you to know, but that's not the first thing I introduce myself with, because my work should be the first thing I introduce myself with.
Right.
So like forever, Chris didn't even know I was gay. Like, or a lot of my frat brothers didn't know I was gay until like I started like talking about niggas, like y'all talking about bitches, like damn, look at that nigga. So like, it's not like I was hiding something.
Right.
It's not it's a part of me, but it's not all of me. And I think that's what sometimes the media tries to portray. Like, if you're a gay person, you're gay.
Right.
I want you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to act this
sassy.
way. Yes, I need you to do all this. Instead, we are on a spectrum. Like everyone in this room, we're on a different spectrum of gay. So
For sure.
I think that we have to start portraying that in the media. And also, I say this all the time, when it comes to our other people of color, Asians, Mexicans, Hawaiian, Niottians, Indians, I like colorblind casting. Like, when the last time you seen an Indian judge on a court show?
Shit, if ever.
When the last time you seen a Hispanic judge on a court show? An Asian judge, or just even like on television, like when you watch Law and Order and things of that nature, it's usually either an older black woman who's a little sassy, or it's a older white man, or maybe a white woman. But we don't have an Asian judge, we don't have an Indian judge, we don't have colorblind casting is important because just like as African Americans, we need to see representation.
Right.
Our Indian brothers and sisters need to see representation. Our Native American brothers and sisters need to see representation. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters, our Niottian brothers and sisters, our Hawaiian, our Asian, they need to see those things too.
Yeah.
So I think that it's important that when we're creating, that we're keeping in mind that these are real world things that people are seeing.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, I didn't see a black gay male that I feel like I connected to until I got to college and I started listening to James Baldwin. He was bold. He was in your face. He was unapologetic. But he was gay. But that didn't greet you at the door. So I think that that's what's important. And I think that's what we need to do when we are giving our art. And we're putting that out there. Especially as a journalist. I always try, journalism is facts first.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
once I give you
it should be facts.
It should be
first.
facts
Right,
first. So as a journalist, it's facts first, then my personality.
Yeah.
It's how I deliver you the facts.
But in saying this doesn't mean, like, for me, being the type of gay that wears crop tops and all this stuff, and I am sassy, but that's just a natural skill.
Yeah.
I think that because it's a skill. Being witty is a skill.
It's hard.
Yeah, sure.
But
It's hard.
don't necessarily deflect from who you are. If that's who you are, you bring that to the table. Know who you are and deliver at all times. Ooh. But don't let other people make you feel like this is what's gonna sell.
Yeah.
Or make you play it up.
Right.
And I was going to say that part of artistry is being fearless. And so if that is who you are, you have to be fearless enough to put that on Front Street.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's where that fine line comes in, because you have to be fearless, but you also don't want to be pigeonholed because of who you are.
Right.
So it's hard.
And although I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, we are in the last 5 minutes of our show, guys.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was such
Lord,
a
our black creatives go through everything. We gotta decide which personality we want to give you, which character we gonna put out. We gotta do blind casting. Do the straight hairs gotta do all this?
I don't know. So,
oh my goodness.
So with that being said,
I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP after this shit.
Absolutely.
What have we learned from today?
Black creatives are always of importance.
Always.
Definitely. I've learned that nobody is really excited to see DMX versus Jay-Z.
No.
What?
Even though I am. I think it could be a thing. I've learned that white celebrities really need accountability, and I think that they need to not be afraid to familiarize themselves with the world. Because this is the world. Whether you turn the comments off or not, it does not change Karen's feelings on Ahmaud Arbery or any black injustices happening in this world. So be open if you want to be a public figure.
I've also learned I'm not going to Georgia anytime soon.
Okay.
I do not want to get hit.
We're gonna pass.
I wanted to go for Pride, but it seems dangerous.
It seems very dangerous, not only for the obvious STI, STDs that go around there, but now we have COVID-19 and we have reckless driving. It does not sound like a good time in my book.
Yeah, no.
I've also learned that if and when I go to Alabama, I'm going to be a very rich bitch. And y'all may not see me ever again.
Come on, Bad Buyers.
Okay.
Yes, please subscribe $2.99 to Bad Buyers. I also learned that we need to stop giving clowns platforms like Tekashi 6ix9ine, and we need to raise other people who actually we feel like are doing well for the culture. But also understand that it's not always our culture that is pushing the culture forward.
Even though I will say, in this matter of Tekashi, it seems like a big part of it is our culture pushing this forward, and it kind of upsets me. But I mean, like, black people are still individuals, nevertheless. So that individually, if they want to support it, go for it. For me, not my cup of tea, but it is what it is.
I think black people are the culture, and then we are so passive sometimes with letting other people into our culture that they take it and then they make it seem like that's what we are.
Right.
And I think that's the case of Tekashi.
Right. But we don't have 30 more minutes, so that was good.
We don't. Yeah. That's why I'm not getting to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What have y'all learned?
Okay, quick. I learned that I now have a friend that is a very rich bitch, and
That's
I will
right.
be expecting a Cash App deposit today.
Absolutely.
I also
2 hours
realized
build.
that Ludacris has a way more illustrious career than I could remember at first. So thanks for the reminder.
You're welcome.
Very
We'll be
excited
playing
about
Waterfalls
this.
after
Back
this.
for the first time.
And it was just good having an open conversation about being a black creative, black gay creative, whatever. And it's always good to know that other people are feeling the same things that you're feeling, that they're going through the same things, and that in itself is inspiration.
Yeah. I think for me, I told you guys, this is my very first time on a podcast. So I have to start with one of the biggest things I learned is like, wow, this is an amazing platform. Like, this is a great opportunity to really be conversational, give your opinions on controversial topics, really impact people through experiences. So I applaud you guys for sure on this podcast. I love this. This was great. I also learned, I guess, I learned that I'm really living for this Ja Rule versus DMX live. That's the one that I'm living for. I want it. I need to see it. And then lastly, I think the same thing. Like, I really felt the idea that as a black creative, it was good for me to hear all the challenges that we face and know that we're still pushing through. To know that we have more obstacles obstacles, then we shall. But, you know, we're pushing through and we're all on this journey together. And there is a silver lining. Insecure is possible. Having 2 shows on BET is possible. Having your own film studio in Atlanta is possible. And so I'm excited to hear that there's other people that are going through the trials and tribulations that I'm going through, but also pushing through. And eventually we'll all, you know, be where we want to be. I can't thank you guys enough for having me.
Problem.
This was great.
And both of y'all are, Jay, you know.
Oh, no, I know. I can
You're welcome back anytime you want. Anytime you want to come and promote something or you just want to come and talk shit with us, pull up on us.
Pull up on it.
Yes. So you can find me, or do you want to go?
You already started.
Well, you can find me, Kelvin Unique. That's KelvinOlogy. That's Kelvinology on Instagram and on your Twitter. Also, make sure you're following the Get Right Radio Show, the Get Right Radio Show on Instagram. And if you have not downloaded the Good News Radio app, what are you doing with your life? You need to download that because that's where you can find this podcast and a whole lot of bunch that know how to talk of dope podcasts all throughout the week, so you can run this one back in case you missed it from the top, and you can run those other ones back.
As always, you can catch me on Instagram at The World According to Eric, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Devante. Cash App at Picasso_3. You know, you bitches have been really stingy as of late. If not Cash App, subscribe to my OnlyFans, Eric Devante, if you're nasty.
Yeah, I forgot. Bad buyers.
Yeah, right. You know, you got a promo. These bitches is loaded.
What?
Social media?
Social media, yes.
So I'm at The LaVelle Show, TheLavelleshow, at The LaVelle Show. There you can catch my new Insta series, literally called The LaVelle Show, but it's my life live and live in color. I have a new episode now coming out. I guess I'll give the premiere exclusive here Tuesday. Tuesday is my next episode. I have my first special guest, so be sure to come on, like, comment, put on your story, and then coming forward, I say closer to the end of this year, I'll have my first short film in development with Stern Productions, so keep an eye out on that.
We love to see
all
it.
of that. I'm Jay Penn. You can follow me at the Jay Penn, and it's actually so TheeJayPenn. I have a EP that's out right now too.
That's right.
It's called Before Then on all platforms. So just type in my name, Jay Penn, and season 3 of Mad comes out in December.
Come on, season 3.
And also, he just dropped his new single. It's called
Airplane
Airplane Mode. Not motherfucking Airplane Mode, but it's called Airplane Mode, and that is my shit.
So Kelvin shot the video, so that was a dope experience.
I shot the
You
video.
shot the video?
Oh, yes, child.
I gotta see that.
I have so many commas in my resume right now. I need to go update my resume as we speak. As a rich bitch, I need to do everything I need to do.
That was on my vision board to direct the music video. So let's talk, Jay.
Let's talk.
Let's do it.
We was gonna talk anyway because we in the same.
Yes. So make sure you follow LaVelle. Make sure you watch the LaVelle Show, and also go back and watch New to WeHo and all his stuff.
Yes.
There. Also, make sure you download Before Then. It's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, anything you can find music. Make sure you get that. That's DJ Penn and J Penn with 2 N's because you didn't say that.
Yeah,
I found you.
And if you want to watch the web series, just type in Mad Web Series on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
And then me and Eric just gonna do whole shit on the corners.
Yes.
So you can find out.
I'm elevated
on
to
OnlyFans,
lounges,
not the
bitch.
corner. Right.
Lounges. You want to keep me outside
Eric
so
said
bad.
I'm in a lounge.
CDC regulation says we can't be outside.
Oh, this is true. Mask only.
Yeah. Mask only.
Wonderful for sex parties, but that's a whole nother story. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, yes. As always, we hope you got right, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Get right or get left.
Bitch, you better get right.